Visitors, how exciting!
All right. All right. Let's see if everything explodes. Okay. All right. Yo. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the VOD. Hello. What's up, guys? So things are different today, my friends. I'm still trying to make sure everything doesn't explode. Doing a couple different things today, all right? We're trying some project work, doing the things, trying to make sure that OBS works. Good morning, guys. And yo, Flother, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. Sorry you hit me while I was live, or just going live. Greg, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that as well. Good morning, guys. So, we're doing a couple different things today. First off, I reinstalled everything. So I went completely like fresh everything. OBS, fresh installs of everything. Had to reset all my preferences. Just everything is new. It is barely working. We're gonna hope for the best today. All right. I'm also trying the multi-stream thing on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch today. So I'm monitoring my GPU, and we're gonna see if it explodes. All right. So we're not gonna do any crazy projects today. It's gonna be pretty chill, just some character sketching. You know, got a couple things to do. Got a couple of I don't know. We got a satyr. Well, hold up. Nope, that's the wrong stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right. It all seems to be running. Thank you, Ella. I'm gonna need you to tell me what is broken. Natasha, what's up, bro? Are you monitoring your TikTok chat? Notice me, Evan. Look, Natasha, I have TikTok chat. It's in a little tiny corner underneath my regular chat. So you know what? Let me move it. Let me move it in front of YouTube chat. There you go. All right. I don't have anything that like shows like a proper multi-streaming like chat where it like posts everything's, you know, everybody's chats into every other one, but we'll see. We'll see.
Oh,
okay.
My
Good morning,
God.
Mel. What's up, dude?
It is
Hello.
the man himself.
Hello.
Hi, Evan. How are you? Smile.
Stressed, Mel. I am stressed. We're gonna see if this morning. We're gonna see if my stream explodes. All right. Last time I tried this, everything went to shit. So, thanks for the bits, and thank you again, Flo, for the raid. I'm sorry, I'm a bit flustered with making sure everything doesn't break. Guys, please take your froggy selves over to Flothar's Twitch channel and give him a follow, give him a what's up, say hello. But good morning, everyone. Good morning, Frostic. What's up, dude? What kind of promo is or mentioned in the notification? So I said that I would do some Eldara promo card giveaways today as an apology for not being live on Friday. So yes.
And dear God, almost 3 years here.
God damn. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Natasha, can you educate me on TikTok? What the hell is a rose or whatever that other thing was? Because I think you're the first person to ever do that on my TikTok, and I have no idea what that means. Is that like cheering? Is that like cheering bits? Oh, those are TikTok bits. Oh, fuck, dude. All right. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. God damn, man. My TikTok streaming Oshi, bro. I'm honored. What the fuck, dude? That's very kind of you. Thank you, Natasha.
It's like bits here, Evan.
Okay.
Freebie money's smile.
Oh, damn. All right. Oh, is this the meme of people being like, bro, one day I'm gonna get a galaxy or something or some shit like that? Is that like the... It's like different tiers. It's not like different amounts. It's like a different emote for tiers, I guess. I'm assuming. That's the meme? Okay, all right. So it's different little things. Cool. Well, thank you, Natasha. I appreciate it. That's extremely generous of you, man. If you guys aren't following Natasha, keep it real on TikTok and Twitch. You're missing out, bro. All right, so we're gonna hopefully not have everything explode. The other thing is we're gonna play a game that we play about twice a year. All right, we are gonna play a very important game. It is my least favorite game, but we're gonna play it anyway. It is called Evan Just Reset Photoshop. Let's see how completely borked his hotkeys are. Okay, we'll see if we even get through a piece today.
I lost
so
already. Frown.
You wait, lost what? What? I'm so confused, Mel. I don't get it. I appreciate it though. Thank you. Goddamn. So yeah, again, sorry I wasn't live on Friday. I had some nonsense, bro. It was a whole thing. Had to go to the computer store. Had to update some hardware, some software. You'll notice my like camera framing is off. Moved to Windows 11, so that's not the thing I wanted to have to do this week. You know, that sucked. That was the worst part of my weekend, is trying to figure that shit out, you know?
I cannot repeat the ancient words, as all millennials will know this curse of the one game you cannot mention greater than.
That game, okay. I should have known. Thank you for the 100 bits, Mel. I appreciate it. Thank you. I also even don't have my music working properly. So that's cool. We're using YouTube today. It's an experimental stream day, okay? If everything explodes, then who knows? I did not get a new GPU, Steve. I did not, unfortunately, get the new GPU. Apparently now you don't have to spend $4,000 Canadian for a 5090. You can spend $3,000 Canadian for the 5090 now that the lower entry tier versions have been out for a little while. So that's great. You know, that means that I can maybe get a new GPU this year, hopefully. I don't know. No, unfortunately, it was not a GPU that I'd upgrade. So
that one
Jesus, Mel,
Hang
bro,
on, this goes to the GPU fund for you, D.
what the fuck, dog? Thank you for the 1,000 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you for the roses, Natasha. Goddamn. Thank you. That's very. I'm so honored, dude. I'm so dude. Natasha, you made my day just even being here. So, goddamn, dude. That's extremely generous of you, bro. Fuck, man. All right. So, we're gonna do some coffee requests. I said that I was gonna potentially move over to doing the fan arts on Friday for the Critical Role stuff. And I think I might do that. And I'm not just avoiding Teor. I am going to honor my promise. I did say that I would draw Teor this week. And so I will be drawing Teor this week later on stream. And whatever happens, however many Catman requests I get on the internet to draw people's fucking cat people, whatever, then so be it. That is going to be my life. So if you really want to be here for that, that's probably going to be on Friday. So I don't know, man.
I can't compete with Mel for
good luck,
cheering,
right?
So I'll just dare her to cheer another 666 bits. You're
Thanks.
welcome.
Thanks 100 bits, Atari. I appreciate it, bro. And thank you, Mama Funk, for the follow as well. I appreciate that. Sometimes I'm shocked that people have so much spare money. It's just in donations or in Twitch bits or whatever they're called. Well, Frostic, a lot of people are very generous, more generous to me than I deserve. And I try my hardest to make sure that the adventure that I'm publishing for everyone is worth it, you know? But if you think 1,000 bits is a lot, oh boy, you have yet to be here when Dark or somebody feels like making me cry. So, you know, there we go. Which I will not be doing today. I will not be sobbing. I'll not be sobbing on the stream because we've got some request sketches to get to. So over on Coffee, somebody requested a satyr. A satyr. Now, here's the great part of that. No one has ever asked I draw a satyr. Basically, I've never done it. Except for maybe the tyranny piece that I just did. So the timing works out. Okay? The timing works out because this is not a tiefling. Tieflings have their, you know, characteristic pointy ears. Satyrs often have the goat-like ears. So I think.
Why? I don't want it. It's stupid.
Why do we even have that alert?
Evan.
Why do we even let that alert still be? Okay, god damn it. Thank you, Mel, for the 666 bits. Just making sure that my day is started on the exact wrong foot. So yeah, appreciate that. That's very kind of you. That's damn, bro. Anyway. Okay,
Also,
let's get into it today.
I only have 60,268 bits left until the next crumb smile.
That's a lot, though. Holy shit. Thank you, I appreciate it, though. Steel, the stream is aliving, I think, I hope. I don't know. The timing of Tyranny into Satyr into Teor. Sabine, what are you saying? What are you saying exactly here? We are not acknowledging a pattern, okay? We are not acknowledging a pattern. This is not the beginning of a new career direction for me. And I will thank you very much to not start any conspiracies, okay? Okay, all right. So, Satyr, our illustrious Satyr, I didn't do very much work on beforehand. We're a lot earlier in the process than I usually am when I show up to stream, but that's because everything was completely destroyed this morning. So we are going to have to do some serious work today to get this character done. Okay. And if my Photoshop doesn't behave, then we'll just switch to doing landscapes, which I know I can use the right brushes for. So get your asses ready, man. It's going to be a good stream. It's going to be hopefully a long stream. We're going to see if things explode. Currently, last time I tried to stream on all three platforms, my OBS exploded because I am very pleased to announce that I am not using Restream. I said I might use Restream, and I decided against it because god damn it, I don't want to pay like $30 a month US or whatever. So we're going to see if it works. We're gonna see if I can set up things and I change stuff from my OBS to hopefully make it so that my computer doesn't explode with 3 outputs and 1 recording, which I definitely should be recording this now. Okay, there we go. We'll see if that spikes my GPU in any way. I hope not. I think that the file I'm using is pretty small, so as long as I have the right kind of project, I can hopefully like multi-stream. And if I need to do a big project or whatever, or a big painting, then all I'll do is not stream on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, some shit like that. So I'm saying absolutely nothing to point out the facts. Thank you, Sabine. That's great. That's a fact that need pointed out. Okay, cool. Now I've thought of more character art, sort of satyr, but pointy ears and essentially moose antlers. It's funny you bring that up because there is in Eldara a antlered faction of foresty kind of wood elves that I've never gotten a chance to draw. So if you ever want a antlered elf drawn, bro, just let me know. It's been on my mind, all right? Not that there's any sort of like convenient timings for me also drawing Tayor and other we'll just say wildkin for D&D. That's the right term, right? Wildkin? Okay, cool. Yeah, got it. Nice. Sick. I don't want to hear it, okay? I don't want to hear it from anybody. We're all gonna we're all ooh, what the hell? Scrubby zoom. There we go. We're all gonna be well behaved. We're not gonna imply anything. We're not gonna start any conspiracies. All right. Got it? Cool. Nice. Glad we're all on the same page. Oh wait, so hold on. Let me finish reading our character description to make sure we get this right. So, important features. Satyr, female satyr rogue. Youthful, more naive side. So I pictured someone who's quite round in the face and full cheeks, full of freckles. We got that.
Happy 40 months. If
dude, Steph,
I
bro.
came into you announcing that we're going to be well behaved. Says who?
Thanks for 40 months. Steph, I appreciate that. Thanks, bro. How you doing, Steph? Okay, what's that? I can't see stream for a second. Wavy, thick, messy, shoulder length, unkept hair. Only have access to a knife to cut it with. Similar with her fringe, somewhat covering her large round eyes in an attempt to disguise their subtle glow from onlookers. As far as the goat features go, I'm only looking for horns and ears, floppy, fluffy goat ears. Horns, I'm happy for you to be as creative as you like. While as far as style goes, I'm having a hard time choosing a particular shape for them. My only desire is that one of the horns is partially broken off. So, broken horn. Okay, let me just get this down right here. Clothing and ornament wise, she wears a thick red scarf. Okay. Scarf. Around her neck, something that it would pull over her face in harsh weather, but is also used to hide the large scar across her, her throat. I'm guessing that's throat. I'm guessing that it got auto-corrected. Let me finish reading this. A lapel pin shaped like a small bird skull. Bird skull. Lapel pin. Okay. Sleeveless leather breastplate over a large, light-colored, long sleeve blouse. Okay, cool. I think these are the important features. So we'll put that over there. Want to say I love your style? Dude, Nexus, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's very kind of you. A sketch of a character on a big working canvas reminded me of my cat girl from an MMORPG, ArcAge. I've never played ArcAge. Can you believe that? Me, the MMO fiend. I have never once played ArcAge. I've thought about it. It has come up often that people have asked me about trying it out, but it's always been the kind of thing that has there's always been another game out, you know, or another thing to do or whatever. So I don't have any experience with that. I don't even know what the art style looks like. So sorry to interrupt. No, you're good, Steph. I appreciate it. I appreciate you stopping by and throwing a fucking gigantic sub at me. Good God, Steph. I'm honored. Okay. So giant scarf. We'll do most of the kind of the portrait bust style thing will be taken up with the scarf. So we'll have that wrapped around looking good. Bird skull lapel. I got to figure out what a bird skull looks like. So I got to do some reference. I have a general idea of the shape. And what else are we missing? Oh, the horns. Okay. So satyr horns. What kind of shape do we usually expect out of satyr horns? This is important. I looked up a little bit of satyr stuff. I could only find official D&D satyr references that were male. There were a couple of pieces done. I know you guys can't see this on TikTok. I'm only capturing like the canvas piece on TikTok, so you can't see like references or whatever. So I apologize for that. But the satyr horns on this character, this was like a piece that I forget the artist's name, but it's an artist that I followed for a long time. He did this for Magic the Gathering. So I'm guessing that satyrs, we can kind of do what we want. They can sort of be these like sort of round goat horns, or we can have the more like kind of tall kind of horns. When I think of satyrs, I think more of like this kind of variety, you know, or something that you'd see from like World of Warcraft satyrs. They're like very tall and kind of aggressive. I don't associate them as much with the sort of ram horns. So I want to do something kind of tall, or maybe something kind of like this, right? Something more, not really antler-esque, but maybe like kind of almost that same like positioning on the head, you know? I played SWTOR, only MMO I've ever played. So yeah, yes, I have. Star Wars: The Old Republic is one of my favorite MMOs. But only the first like expansion or like base game. I really love the class stories for that game. Everything that came after that, I'm a little meh about, but the Old Republic is actually my favorite like time period in the Star Wars. So no, I'm a big fan of that one. But I think the two MMOs that I played the most are World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14 in my life. Played a bit of Aeon, and like I've tried most MMOs, but some of them are just kind of, you know, never met the cut, right? Someone needs to make a satyr character based on a Lambcha goat. What does a Lambcha goat look like? Really missed being super into MMO. I did WoW, Arcade, super into Rift for a few years. Oh, Rift, dude. Remember when Rift was going to kill Warcraft? Yeah, I remember that. I remember when that thing was happening, so. Yep. Sure do. Rams are sheep anyways. Satyrs and WoW are like corrupted and evil elves, but also at what point satyr turns into furry? Just you know, here's the thing. We're not going to answer that question. We're not going to find out. So that's I got a reputation to maintain on the internet, and it is not being a furry artist. So despite what my work with Tayor is going to do next week, not furry artist. Okay. Okay. Anyway, goat ears. What do goat ears look like? How much they fleck upwards? I say not furry, and yet I have to do some reference searching for animal ears. Forgive me. Forgive me, oh internet. Let's see. Thick, fluffy goat ears were described. We'll have to make sure they are adequately part of the messy haze that is her hair. And as far as horns go, what should we do? Let's do something kind of... Let's do something... Something a little more simple, maybe, and we'll see if we like it. And if not, I can change it later, so... I don't think she said smooth horns. I think that was the last person that wanted horns on a character, so... We'll give him that nice goat sort of, like, texture. Something a little bit more understated maybe would fit our character. I think we should shrink this down a little bit. I'm surprised I've only run into issues with my hotkeys twice in this process. I'll admit, I was expecting a lot worse. I was expecting it to be more of a headache, because when I was first like testing out everything to make sure that it was all working properly last night and this morning, Adobe decided they wanted to change a lot of the base hotkeys. And I remember when they tried to get me to do it on my last version of Photoshop, and they said, hey, do you want to change our new hotkeys? And I said, no, get bent. Well, apparently on the reinstall, they are forcing it on me. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's see if we got all the features in here. Let's go over it one more time. So, our character. We don't have a name for her yet. Female satyr rogue. Okay. Quite round face. Round cheeks, full of freckles. Messy, unkept hair. Large, round, glowing eyes. Floppy, fluffy goat ears. What else do we have?
Adobe told you to get bent.
It
Should
did.
have let the orb speak for you.
You're not wrong. Thank you for the 100 bits, Moose. I appreciate it. You're entirely fair in that assessment. We don't have a horn shape. We have our freckles, our round eyes, our wavy hair, our scarf. She pulls up around for the elements, and also to hide her scar on her throat. Okay, sick. I think we got everything down here. So let's clean this up a little bit, and then we can actually get into doing this. If I can get one character sketch done today, maybe some work on the trading cards, that would be, I think, a good first stream with everything new and hopefully not broken. So she shall be Jennifer, or Jen for short. You think so? I prefer not to name the characters if the person, you know, didn't name it for me, because you never know if they'll see the VOD and get rather upset that we misnamed their character. So you can call them whatever you want. All right. I've gone and said it. Here come the challenges. No, stop. No, God, please, no, Steve. I don't need the challenges. Look, I do say on Coffee, I can't get challenged too hard, because on Coffee I do say that I won't do anthro characters. So this is not an anthro character, all right? This is fine. Satyrs are fine. Anthro characters are things like Tabaxi, Kenku, werewolves, that kind of stuff, right? And I think we're okay here. I think this character will be fine. I've set it up so I can be challenged, but I can't be memed into oblivion. If somebody did request something that would meme me into oblivion, I'd probably just refund the request, and I don't know if you can ban people from your Coffee or whatever, but if push came to shove, I probably would need to. Okay, this bird skull pendant though. What the fuck does a bird skull even look like? Bird skull. Oh, I basically got it right. Okay. Depends on the bird, obviously. But more or less, it's like kind of a brooch. And a big old beak there. I don't know how realistic she wanted her bird skull pendant, but we're going to have it kind of hiding under some of the messy, wild hair. I hope we're giving like Forest Gremlin vibes with this character, because that's what I'm going for. That's what I like sort of heard from the description, and that's what I'm kind of trying to channel is Forest Gremlin. Let's see. Okay. GPU check. Seems like we're not on fire yet, so that's good. You know. TikTok chat. Oh, thank you, Ella. Oh, can I even scroll up my TikTok chat? Wait, can I not scroll up my TikTok chat? Oh, I have to like, ooh, this is gonna be annoying. I have to like make it a whole thing. How often do you have to close commissions? What is your general workflow like? So there's two different types of commissions that I do. This is not a formal commission. This is a request style commission. Steve, yo, thanks for the fucking 26 months, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you, Steve. So this is request style commissions that I take on my coffee, and they're open pretty frequently. I try and have maybe like 5 slots open a month. I think I have like 4 slots left for November or late October, November. And those ones I try and do them pretty often because I want to be accessible. I really hate, for a long period of time, I was just like, you could not hire me for years because I was just so locked down. For big formal commissions that are like, you know, revisions, and I work with someone very closely on those characters that take weeks and weeks and weeks to get done, that are like into the hundreds and sometimes even close to the thousands of dollars. Those kind of big formal commissions are closed, locked down, because I'm too swamped with work, and I'm not opening those up until next year, probably at some point in time. So it's kind of I attempt to balance it if I can between the big stuff, people who are willing to wait on the wait list and are okay with like it taking as long as it's going to take, and then I try and have these request style commissions that are a lot faster that I can do for people, so that I'm not just completely inaccessible, because that really feels bad. Technically, his comments are closed. It's just a less detailed request sketch. Yes, yeah, thank you, Cass. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Wait, I gotta really figure out how to put my TikTok chat somewhere where I'm gonna see the whole thing, because I literally can't scroll it. I can't even interact with it, can I? Test. Oh, I can. I can interact with my own TikTok chat, barely. But I can't, like, mod it, so I guess I need Ella and the mods to watch it for me, so... That's fine. Or I could just do it on my phone, I guess, but I had to have my phone up then as well. Alright. Alright. So yeah, this is just a very small, short, quick request sketch. And I like doing these. It's kind of nice to take a break from my own work to just take like a brief interlude into doing a character. But the request style is like kind of what people call skeb style. So there's no revisions. It's not like an overly kind of overly descriptive request put in. It's for basically doing new designs for people. So what I say in the coffee thing, like the description, is if you have a very clear idea for your character that you want, this is probably not the thing for you, because I'm kind of like creating a new design for people, which lets me actually like do more work like this. Then if I'm not having to like talk to clients and, you know, wait for them to respond and then meet up with them and talk with them and like find times to chat about the character and whatnot, and, you know, make sure they're happy with all the details and whatnot. If I don't have to do all that, then I can do a lot more sort of like requests for people that are a lot faster. So it's a balance. It's a balance. I'm in all the chats. You are in all the chats. Yeah, I'm not forgetting about YouTube chat. All right, but I'm so impressed that things haven't blown up today. Like, really, I did not think that with the current GPU situation that it would be going so smoothly. So I'm very pleased with the progress today so far. Okay. Let's finalize some of our details. This will probably be a bit more of a messy sketch that I bring into the actual like finished line work phase, but that's okay. I'm trying to spend less time in these sketches anyway, because I feel like it's not really time well spent anyways. But okay, fluffy goat ears, freckles. It's so funny that the e-girl freckle meme has been no longer a meme with my requests recently. And I have no idea who requested this character, so I'm not sure if they knew of the meme or if they were just sort of present for the right time in history, let's just say. That could also be it. We don't know. And you know what? I'm not going to question it too much, so. Thanks, yes, that's good to hear. I'm glad it's working out for you. Yeah, no, this year has been a very, very busy year for me, so between, like, I don't just do commissions, I'm also working on my own substantial project, so I have to like find time for commissions in between that and working on the D&D adventure that I'm publishing. So If I could just do commissions nonstop all day, every day, that's all I did, I could probably have them open at a much more frequent rate. But even then, even with like commissions closed being firmly planted on like my Instagram, I still get between 5 and 10 messages a week of people asking me if I would do a commission for them. So I'm very nervous to the to the possibility of actually saying commissions open and the influx of, or the drowning in requests that I won't be able to complete. So maybe I'll just leave it closed for a while and just take commissions from stream and stuff like that. YouTube chat is just me so far, so you aren't missing anything. I appreciate it because I don't have my like what I would always do, Cass, is I'd always have a second like window up for YouTube, but I'm not even signed in on this computer yet to my stream YouTube, so I can't even check my chat. If it doesn't come through in that chat window down there, Cass, I won't see it today. So if I'm just ignoring Silesian for a solid hour or something, just let me know. I was looking at your background and I thought you actually had a fireplace. Thought it was real. Well, look. Fair enough. No, it's my wife's computer behind me. I've always had a fireplace up on her computer during the chilly months. Cause look, man, it's cold where I live. It's very cold. It's been a chilly fall so far up in the Canadian mountains. There's a TV with a fireplace? It is. Well, it's a computer monitor. You know. Wait, did you think it was a real fireplace? You too, Frostic? Oh shit, okay, alright. Alright. I had no idea. I didn't realize it was so convincing. That's good. It's like the streamer that had a cardboard cutout of a fridge behind him for years or whatever, and finally revealed that it was just a cardboard cutout. And everyone was betrayed. It'll be like one of those for me. Alright, Satyr Horns. I suppose we can kind of like exit the frame a little bit and it won't be the worst thing in the world. Maybe I'll push them together a little bit. They're more or less in line, I think. It's probably the kind of thing I'll have to adjust later because I did the sketch for this morning. Usually I like to leave it overnight, like once I finish the sketch to about where we're at, so that I can take a look at it the next day. But I have been busy, all right? I've been running around. I had to go to the computer store twice this weekend, in addition to everything else. So, as I said, I'm just thrilled that it seems like things aren't broken, which is great. So, moving soon to England, I was taking off the magnets in the fridge, and holy hell, I never realized I'm obsessed with magnets. That's pretty good, though. That's a good, nice, clean little collection, I guess. England's cool, though. That's rad, dude. Moving from, like, what, NA? That's a big change. I saw that on IG recently, followed you there, and saw that my best friend followed you, too. Oh, really? No shit, Nexus. I appreciate that. Thanks for the follow on Instagram. I'm honored. I truly am. Yeah, I just started making videos and stuff this year, so it's been fun. I think most people on Instagram know me for the videos anyway, like the reels. I don't post just a lot of like straight art or whatever on Instagram. Most of it is and somewhat related to a video or whatever that I make for it, process video wise. Because the process videos are really for me to see my own work progressing. The process videos I didn't intended for anyone to really like see. Like I just meme during my videos. I don't expect anyone to like actually take a lot of it seriously, but people did, and it was pretty cool. Recording your process is like a really good thing, I think, for artists to do. And for me, it's a really, really good way of seeing how my work is kind of like not necessarily evolving, but how it's I don't know. It's just a way to feel good about a piece when it's done. Right? So I did not expect people to really like grab on to the process videos the way they did. Because I'll just talk shit about D&D or whatever, character design or something like that. Just for some audio over it. I didn't ever think that it'd be like a thing, so. All right, homegirl, let's get our sketch finished here, and then we got a satyr to draw, I think. I think she looks good. Forest gremlin vibes. I feel like there should be like twigs and stuff. Maybe we'll add some twigs to her hair. Give her a real sense of like out in the wilderness type thing, you know? Thick, messy, wavy hair. Alright, we'll copy this layer over, make it into a delete sketch layer, and then see if we can get this whole thing done in one day. That'd be kind of nice. One and done on stream, and we'll see if my stream survives it or if it explodes. I do have better cooling now for my GPU, which I think was the problem. I had to upgrade that. I didn't want to upgrade too many parts because that shit's expensive, and I just bought a fucking $3,000 printer, so let's chill, you know? But I do want to make the GPU upgrade at some point in time this year as well. Delete sketch. And we'll just call this layer the regular sketch. Name your layers, artists. Remember, name your layers. Don't be that guy with layer number 318. Self-report, right? Literally. Tuesday fell. Is it Tuesday tomorrow? Is it literally Tuesday? So in your finished work tab on Discord, is photography acceptable? Sure. I don't know if it's yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of like photographers in our guild, but sure, man. Photography is. I am an artist of the impression that photography is fully art. It's definitely counts. There's a lot of photography that's like kind of phoning it in. I mean, we all knew that photography student in art school, but no, I'm happy to have like photography and stuff like that in the art channel as well. I like to see it anyway. We just don't have it all that often, you know? It's just not all that common. So, what's up, Soul? What's good, dude? Brazil, my father got a military work mission to go there, and since I'm planning to eventually study abroad and moving with him, and honestly, massive financial help. That's dope, dude. Brazil to England, that's a big shift. Bro, that's gonna be sick. Hope you have the best time there. That's awesome. That is really cool. Photography is witchcraft, and you can't convince me otherwise. Well, Cass, I don't know, man. So at least I can do trying to help artists even more since AI is everywhere. Yeah, seriously, I appreciate it. Yeah, tell me about it. I just see it more and more now. It's tough. I even get, when I go to conventions, I even get accused of making AI art. And I'm like, you know, I stream the process for my work, right? People are like, oh, I don't know, I still don't believe you. All right, man. Even my dog's mad about it. I don't know if my noise cancellation cancels her borks out. But whatever she's mad about, I'm mad about it too. My roommate and I are just going photography, mostly wildlife and astro, and I'd love to be able to post it and maybe get a constructive criticism even from an art perspective. Sure, dude. You can hear her? Damn it. All right. I gotta get some of that NVIDIA noise cancellation going then. Keep the little rat works to herself, man. Because she doesn't get to bark. Like she doesn't get to sound tough. She is specifically 8 pounds of Morky. So any attempt to sound intimidating is just a farce from her as far as we're concerned. So which tells me if I watch today, it's a 5-day watch streak. Oh wait, are watch streaks like a thing? I've been seeing them in chat now. I thought they tried them and then decided not to like keep the feature or whatever. But I've seen a couple of them recently. I guess they've come back or whatever. Maybe my channel was allowed to have watch streaks on them on Twitch. Like, do you get anything for it? Like channel points or something for a watch streak or what? What are we watch streaking for? One is a question. Anybody here have the same feeling as I do when you see a painter or just an artist online is very popular and their art is good, but you just don't like them and their art? It comes to the point where you reverb just hate seeing the time lapse of their drawing process and you really don't really like it. I mean, if you don't like their art, you just don't look at it, I guess. I don't know. I don't No, I mean if there's an artist that I don't really like their work, you just ignore it, and then the algorithm stops showing them to you. Right? Is that, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. Sounds kind of specific though. I don't know. They slowly rolled out watch streaks over the past 2 weeks. Oh, okay. Oh, so you get 450 channel points for that. Oh, cool. Okay. Did you stream around this time? Yeah, Nexus. I'm usually live on well, TikTok now, but Twitch and YouTube mostly every day, Monday to Friday, from about 10 a.m. my time, which is like 9 Pacific, I think, for I don't know, 3 to 6 hours usually. I don't stream in the evening all that often. I do need to ensure that my TikTok stream key doesn't get taken away again, because last time I got my TikTok stream key, I didn't stream enough, and so they yoinked it. So I might need to do some extra bonus TikTok evening streams and whatnot here and there, just to chill once in a while. I'm not sure if I can go live on TikTok on OBS without going live on Twitch or YouTube as well, so I'll have to figure that out. Not entirely sure, but what's up, Samurai? Yes. Congratulations, you get 450 gems that you can do basically nothing with in my channel. You can microtransact though. You know, that's something, I guess, that we're excited about, right? Maybe? There you go. That's something to do with them, I guess. And the points without sharing that I'm on a streak, you still get the points, really? Okay. Alright. Perfect for after work time, 6 p.m. here, and I'll try and tag along more often if I think about it. Dude, I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for stopping by this morning, Nexus. I appreciate it. Well, you're most welcome here anytime, my friend. I'm honored to have you. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Watch streaks, dog. You normally have to announce that you get the... Oh, really? Twitch is having some problems, all right? They don't really know what to do with a lot of things, so we're just gonna wish them best. Wish them the best, wish them well, hope for the best, and anticipate that at any point in time Twitch will implode, and it'll be what, I guess YouTube, TikTok, and Kick or some shit. I don't know where everyone would go, honestly, if Twitch implodes one day, which is not impossible for it to happen. It's not likely, I don't think, but it's not impossible. I wonder where everyone would go, like where we would all scuttle off to. I wonder if Kick would be the one to go to, because it'd be the most similar to Twitch. Because YouTube's tough, man. YouTube doesn't really have a lot of the same features, and it feels very foreign to Twitch users. I don't even know where to find live streams on YouTube, to be honest. Like, unless I'm subscribed to someone, I have no idea how to discover on YouTube. Check your channel points without announcing, but minimum 5-minute watch stream for it to count towards your streak. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm learning something new today, Cobalt. I guess I should figure out something to do with my channel points. You know? I could do... I kind of want to do something big with like the 100,000. Like I want to figure something out that I can do for the 100,000 watch or channel points. That's a long time. Like I don't know how long it takes you to earn 100,000 channel points. We could like see how many channel points L is at, and then divide that by like the overall like time I've been live on Twitch over 5 years, and see what it kind of equals out to be, or whatever. You know. That'd be like a kind of toxic way of doing it, because she's a tier 3 and has been since I started streaming. But we could figure it out, you know, and then see like maybe 100,000 channel points or 500,000 or whatever. Get you like a small request or something like that. If I can figure out how to do character request sketches a lot faster and do a much more like simple sketch for them, then I could do that. Where people get to like put in a small request or something. If it takes me like 15-20 minutes, that'd be fine. Big things like this would have to stay on coffee. I couldn't do this for channel points, but it's probably something I could do in there that'd be kind of fun. So I've always wanted channel points to feel like they were something that you could sort of like I don't know, use for something silly or whatever, but never really found something that didn't feel like it was disruptive to the stream. Like TTS, 100k Una reveal. Ooh, an even monk or microtransaction. I think the million channel points is already disappointing enough for what you get for it. I think it's already disappointing enough. You know? That's like, oof. Maybe I could do some sort of like a badge or something for the million channel points. Like one of the physical ones that I do. That'd be kind of cool. You know? Watch the stream for a year, get a little badgy boy there. Lots of people use them for like hydrate, posture check kind of things. I do have that. I almost never notice it though. And it's a nice reminder, but the problem is with it, Cobalt, some people take it as like a command, not a reminder, which is uncomfortable. So I like having it, but I don't want to like turn down the cooldown on it, right? You know what I mean? Be something you can spam your channel points on, so 100,000 was a thrill of my lifetime, totally worth it. Saving now for the Mega Monk at 1 million. Yeah, okay. Okay, dude. What do you think you should get for the Monk microtransaction? Because currently, it's a secret. If you earn the Monk microtransaction, you're not allowed to tell people what you got out of it. It's part of the sacred covenant of Monk microtransactors. Besides the Discord rule, there's no public reward that you can look at, so we got to keep it secret, keep it a mystery, you know. You get banned. You get fucking banned. Is that a genuine Jordan baseball cap? Yes. I'm not like a big basketball fan. I have a couple pairs of Jordans and I like the brand. But the main reason I wear this hat is because it's the most comfortable hat I've ever owned. It's the best hat as far as how far down it comes on my head, that it doesn't interact with the headphones or my glasses in a bad way. I'm not some massive Jordan supporter, but I do like the brand. No, I don't need. No. Don't let it on my desk. All right, guys, you want to see Yuna's Halloween costume this year? Ella thinks it's very important. This year, for Halloween, Yuna is an avocado. Oh, she's a sleepy avocado. Oh, why are you so tired? Puppy, why are you so tired? Does the avocado costume make you sleepy? Oh, baby. Oh, okay. Here. There you go. Why do you want freedom? Oh, Jesus, okay. All right. There you go, puppy. Freedom, enjoy it. Good luck, young avocado. She's off now, man. She's gone. Disappeared. Off in whatever adventures we'll seek. That was correct. We needed that? Okay. Yeah. Okay, dude. All right. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad somebody feels like Ella's hard work in picking out Yuna's Halloween costume had paid off. I wanted her to be a sushi this year, but when we went to the pet store, they didn't have any sushis left. So, unfortunately, she is not a sushi this year. As much as I would have preferred her to be a sushi. So, it is tough work being an avocado. I know, man. There's a bunch of like 20 or late 20-somethings and 30-somethings wanting to spread her on toast. Is that just a California thing, Cobalt? I don't know. She's fine, all right. It's just too early for her. Does your avocado know how to draw? Unfortunately not. Otherwise, I'd enlist her to do my commissions for me. So she's a great avocado. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Cass. I'm glad you like it. And the giveaway will probably be in Twitch chat, but who knows? Yes, it will be. Samurai is just trying to spout propaganda, YouTube chat propaganda. But we'll do the first one probably on my break, and then we'll do 1 or 2 at the end of stream. Remember, we don't even know if Streamlabs is going to work today, so I think it should, because it's through the browser, right? There's nothing that should go wrong or interact with OBS being reinstalled on a fresh install. Because I don't have anything Streamlabs related on my computer anymore. I had it as a backup for the longest time, worrying that I would need it for whatever reason, but, you know, now I think I'm in the clear to have it all on OBS, all in. Maybe I should have kept it as a backup, but here we are. So, Ladder and Surround will be lurking. Y'all have a good one. All right, Cobalt, be good, man. Take care, buddy. Thanks for chilling. Man, what an honor it is to have Cobalt in stream any day of the week. It's like the old days where Cobalt was at home doing nothing for hours on end except for playing MMOs and making up new languages. That's the dream, right? That's the dream, to get paid for doing all that. Actually, I have no idea if everyone got paid during the lockdowns, but I think the bigger corpos did, so. Well, you said your prayer to the machine god is it should run fine. I'm hoping, but I'm not convinced, all right? I'm not convinced because a couple things went wrong this morning already, and I'm just I don't know who I upset, but something in the machine spirit's mad. Yo, Otto Keiko, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Looks cool. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. It's a request sketch for somebody's rogue in D&D. A satyr. A satyr, which I've never drawn a satyr before, so we're going to hope for the best today and hope it's not a complete failure. We'll see when it's all finished, all right? We'll save our judgments for that point. Our freckled satyr is up to standard or not. God, yeah, dude, I'm seeing these watch streaks. All right, good, bro. That's cool. You can earn channel points. So, I wonder what the longest watch streak is that you can like obtain. Like, what's the giga watch streak that you can brag about? You know, does it like stop after 7 days, or is it the kind of thing that like keeps going indefinitely? In 2 years, you can be on like a 300 stream watch streak or whatever. I'll have some prize, okay? First person that hits 100 watch streak. We'll get a Discord rule that isn't the Monka microtransaction Discord rule. There you go. If Twitch even keeps the feature, though, like, holy man. Imagine Twitch actually keeping a feature they introduce. Well, I think they've done a couple, right? They've done like the treasure train and a couple of little things like that recently, right? So I see them trying to make moves to do stuff. I don't really know what their intent is, but they just had TwitchCon after all, which was a mixed bag as far as the internet's concerned. I really did want to go to a TwitchCon one of these years, but I don't know if I will, to be honest. It's just the timing of it being in the fall around now is like, there's always another convention I have to go to. My friend Lack, who I went to art school with, actually, they said that TwitchCon is one of the best conventions of the year for artists. So that's pretty cool, you know? People are excited about it. People are going. That'd be fun. Do like a little... Well, I had a friend who I'm not sure she still works on partner whatever team thingy. But she offered me a panel a couple of years ago. She's like, hey, if you want to come to TwitchCon this year, I can get you a panel we need to fill some space on one of these days. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, that'd be sick. I don't know what I would have like done on my panel, but I don't know who would have like come to be on my panel with me, or if it would have been me just talking to a group of people who have no idea who I am at TwitchCon. They're just waiting for the next panel in that room to start. That'd be kind of good too, you know? Some people I've seen had like 100+ streaks. Really? Shit, okay. Keeps going definitely, but Twitch likes to break it at random. Longest streak I've seen someone around 380 or so. Oh, no way. Okay. I've never seen anything like that. I've never even seen a double-digit watch streak. I like, not even just in my chat. I've never seen that on Twitch anywhere. Someone with a double-digit watch streak. Because yeah, you know, now that you mention it, I was when watch streaks first came out, like, God, it feels like it's been out for a long time though, but just like not really implemented properly or whatever. When it first came out like a while ago, I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Ashy or somebody that I was on a watch streak, and I like made sure I caught her stream or whatever on one day, and it didn't give me the watch streak, and I was all mad, and then I got over it immediately. But yeah, it seems like they didn't really know what to do, so here's hoping they've got the feature figured out a little bit better now. I'm not entirely convinced though that they'd have it figured out, so I don't know, I'm not gonna hold my breath for it. Look, they're doing their own thing at their own pace over there at Twitch, okay? All we can do is just wish them the best. Wish them the best and say, please don't sell the website. Please don't make me stream on another website. I don't want to do it. I like streaming on YouTube and TikTok, but Twitch is the main place where the chat is, so, you know. Watch streaks had dumb rules that people should have them, don't, because the rules on them don't function sometimes. Oh, I see, okay. Well, I guess that's another little thing for Twitch to figure out. I guess we'll just, as I said, wish him the best. Wish him well, you know? Oh, my lasso tool. It finally decided that that's what I wanted when I hit that hotkey. Yo. So I guess you can just tell Photoshop if enough that you don't want a certain tool by just switching it every single time, and I guess it'll eventually get the message. That's cool, you know? Taikatsu, that's it, right? Halkutsu? I don't know what the one is there. I'm too dumb. Thanks for the follow, dude. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Good to have you. Okay. All right, Miss Sater. I definitely think that maybe we should make the horns a little bit bigger, because she's supposed to be like kind of youthful, the person described her as, right? So I would assume having more like larger horns that don't quite proportionally fit, right? So maybe as we go up and finish her hair, I'll bump those up in scale and we'll see how it looks. It is always kind of like satisfying and funny to me every time I do like a character request for a D&D class or race or species that I haven't done before. Just because it's like, after how many characters requests does it take for me to be asked to draw whatever it is, you know? And I don't know why satyrs aren't that popular, you know? They're pretty cool. I think I've had one person ask me to do well, no, I don't think that character was a fawn, but more or less a fawn. Got me ready for my Fern Calloway fan art arc whenever that happens. All right. Music's on point though. I feel like I just sat down at Roadside Inn. Let's go, dude. Most of the music I listen to is by a composer named Adrian von Ziegler. I could not get into my Spotify because it was being dumb. So I'm listening on YouTube Music. So I don't have any playlists. I'm just on Adrian's music. But I usually also listen to some League of Legends music as well. And also my friend Byron has composed some music for me, especially for the Realms of Eldar for my adventure. So that's usually what the music is. Love your art. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks, dude. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, those horns need to be bigger. We'll get there. We'll get there. One thing at a time, all right? I'm trying to take more time on these sketches to really put in a lot more like I don't want to cut any corners. I was trying to like keep them under 2 hours before, but now that I've like made them a little bit more premium, not shaving anything down for time or whatever, so they're also a lot bigger than they used to be. I know it doesn't like look like it on stream or whatever, but the files are a lot larger, so I can do more on them and print them larger too, because I think some people wanted them printed larger. Most people are okay with 8.5 by 11s, but somebody actually asked for a 13 by 19 of their character sketch, and I was like, oh, I don't know if it'll like scale that high. And it was a little bit fuzzy, just a smidge, but they said they didn't notice. Might have been like one of those like printer things that you notice if you're the one doing it, but the average person just didn't even register with it, so it's probably fine. But at least this way I'll be able to do them in a larger format for people that want them. Not that people are like requesting them in a larger format all that often, but still. Whenever somebody does, I want to be there, you know? Okay. I'd take the motive from as a requesting on coffee though, unfortunately, because shipping to the US was a problem, so it's unfortunately gone back to the print store for people that want prints of them. I'll have to like make that a thing or whatever on coffee so people know where it is. Looks amazing. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate the vote of confidence, man. Means a lot today. I'm a little scattered, so as long as you think I'm going on the right path, that's good enough for me, alright? Picked up a star set for Halo miniatures game and painting some elites while watching the stream. Wait, for the Halo miniatures game, what is the Halo miniatures game? Like Halo the video game, or is this something else? Wait, what? Dude, I want to get in like into a routine where I'm mini painting like pretty often. Wait, how are you mini painting with your hand being all cut up? Wait, what? Because I imagine it's not. I mean, I guess it's recovered enough to hold something with, but maybe that, or you have a clamp or something for it. But geez, dude. Halo Flashpoint, interesting. Wait, is this new or is this an older game? This is sick. Okay, so it's like a board game, like that you can paint all the minis for. Like, okay. I see. This is cool, actually. Mantic Games. Oh, that's rad, dude. God, the Halo brand, man. Please don't ever let it die. It's necessary for our little peepo Xbox brains. We need Halo. We need to be strong. I still kind of want to play through it again with Ella. Like play through Reach or something. You know, it's been a minute or two. And healed up enough to hold the base. Good enough, right? All right, take care, Nexus. Super cool hybrid, a bit more involved in board game, but not nearly as intense as a full game of Warhammer, right? Yeah. I don't ever have any like strong desire to play a lot of Warhammer. I also don't really have any friends that play Warhammer like where I live. I have one of Ella's friends, husbands plays Warhammer, and I'm sure he would be down for a game now and then. Maybe once I get my army, I'll ask him. But yeah, I just like, I think if I had like a game store night that I could go to or whatever with the boys or something along those lines, then maybe I'd actually play Warhammer. But I'm happy just painting and being a lore nerd, you know? I picked up at GameCon in June a ton of stuff to paint. So I'm good for like a while. I'm Gucci for a bit. But I've been doing some of the ink stuff, like my painting section is taken up by ink work right now because I've been doing some of the sketch cards for the Series 1 Eldara cards. Because there's going to be sketch card inserts. Oh, you know, I should show you guys this. This is actually a big deal. Check this shit out. So, within the first edition, and I guess subsequent editions, but in this edition of Eldara Series 1, I have these like illustration board sketch cards, and I never do them on illustration board. This is like pretty heavy duty, so they're gonna be like much thicker, but there's gonna be a limited series of 5 cards that'll all be individual crumbs. So I'm doing my first like crumb sketch cards of the Relistine Feather Goblin Monkeys. So this is one I made as the test whatever for Ella. So it's they're pretty like, they're pretty beefy, you know? They're pretty thick. So I guess I'll have to figure something out for the packs or whatever, but... Wait, is this the back side of the board? Did I mess up? Am I dumb? Oh no, we're good. Okay. Okay, we're good. But yeah, so that's the first one. Got a little fruit there that he's so happy to have on his branch. So I guess that's something you can look forward to in the set. Is a chance at getting a original hand inked piece. That's what I've been doing. I haven't been like painting minis or anything. My entire setup is set up for making the trading card stuff. So it's all optimized and shit, you know? Oh shit, yo, Eldritch Pod Blast. Hello, friends. Good morning, or good evening, I guess. What's going on, guys? Good to see y'all. How's it going, dude? One of my favorite places to hang out on the entire internet, man. I mean, guys, if you aren't following our dear friends at Eldritch Pod Blast, please go over. Please go drop a follow. I mean it. From the discussions to the games, they're fantastic. All right, some of my favorite people, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Some of the best chatters as well. They got a great community. It's a good time over there. If you like any of the discussion that you ever see on my stream, please go give them a follow. They're phenomenal people there. Definitely heavy endorsement from me. So, and welcome everybody from the stream. Thank you for stopping by. If you're not familiar, my name is Evan. All the terrible takes that have been associated with me, that all the awful things they said about me before they rated in, those are all true. I do think clerics are better off as paladins, but you know what? We'll save that fight for another day. And what I do generally is I'll do art for my D&D adventure that I'm publishing. Today we're doing a little commission request from Coffee. So, not Tyranny, not Tyranny. The Tyranny piece that I did was last week. I'll show you. I've done 3 characters so far from Critical Role, campaign 4. I've done Tyranny. Who did I do? Tyranny, Valus, and Azune. So I don't think I only posted Tyranny. Yeah. So we finished Azune this last week. So that's our boy here. And then Valus, I did my Valus piece last week, and she looks pretty good, I think. I don't think you guys can see this on TikTok, so I apologize. I think I'm just capturing one window. Yeah, sorry. And then Tyranny's right here. So there's our girl Tyranny, looking all mischievous and shit. So yeah, dude, I'm really enjoying doing a piece a week for campaign 4. It's been fun to like kind of get sucked into the campaign and be excited for Thursdays or whenever I get a chance to watch. So studying, oh man, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you, seriously. Your art's cool. Thanks, bro. Oh, and thanks for the follows, guys. I welcome into the guild. Hope you guys enjoy your stay. Honored to have you. But yeah, I'm actually really enjoying campaign 4, and I'm really enjoying having something to do. I'm really enjoying having something to do for you know, fan art projects, because it's nice to walk away from the realms of Eldara for a little bit and do some work for commissions. But I find that even that is sometimes it sometimes feels the same as far as like creatively stretching goes, like doing concept stuff. So it's nice to do like little character studies as like kind of a skill building thing. And I normally do that for like VTuber friends and friends D&D characters, but there's something with the Critical Role vibe of just doing art for the thing that I'm enjoying at the moment. It's been really fun and rewarding. So Campaign 4 rocks. Brennan is amazing. This is the first time I've really watched him. Yeah, me too. This is the first time I've watched a campaign with Brennan, and I'm impressed. I think he's a great DM. I'm believing the hype on him, so it's been fun. It is making me, though, feel really bad about not playing D&D at the time. Like, at the moment, I'm not in either my game with Ashy and them or running my sort of Eldara development game, and I'm really feeling the itch to get back into it. I also just started writing my first, like, stories, I guess, in Eldara. Like, narrative stories, novella, whatever. And that's gotten me really itching to play D&D as well again. So, I had to take some time off to, like, I'm not going back to any D&D games until I get the adventure like out and ready and gone and good and done. But it's getting me really excited to get back to that point. So I don't know. Critical Role is just my therapy until then. It's keeping me happy. Getting close to that 6K follower, dude. Oh, really? Damn, bro. Damn. Sick. That'd be cool after wait. Yeah.
66.
Oh shit, Dashno, thank you for the 66-month sub, man. What's up, dude? How's it going, bro? How long have you been waiting for that? 66 straight months? Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for the sub, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support, dude. That's very nice of you. He's so pleased with himself right now to say that, so... And thank you, Duchess J. Lynn, for the follow as well. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm honored. Seriously. Yeah, 5.5 years, bro. That's 5.5 long years. Oh, 1 second. Hold on. My stream exploding? No. Okay. We good? Okay. Yep, never mind. We're good. I got a notification from a mod. We're Gucci. Everything's fine? Sick. I'm really surprised this isn't tanking my GPU. Like, I'm really surprised that new cooling stuff seems to be holding up. I clocked everything up and invested in better cooling as opposed to buying a new GPU. I still do need the new GPU, but you know, that's a little ways away. The fuck? Oh, okay, whatever. I'm still just so nervous that everything's gonna fall apart today. You know, that I'm gonna freeze up Photoshop and then lose everything. I also, like, made sure that I'm more backed up for my, you know, my art and stuff in a more formal way. In a 4th location now whenever I save something, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue. I've lost some work over the past year or so from you know, Photoshop freezing and things just like rotting on me midstream. So I'm gonna try and avoid that. I was like, I know I've just been gone for 3 days, but it's been 3 days of absolute mess. Just like computer parts strewn across my office, case open, surgery being performed, Ella in the BIOS for me. Oh my god, dude. Got another hard drive, so I don't have to worry about my video stuff as much, which is nice. Is your GPU temperature load? Yes, my temperature is at 60 degrees. I'm only at 18% load, but this is interesting, Ella, is it also shows me on this like Stream Deck thing, it also shows me the RAM load, which is I think is the more interesting stat that I need to be aware of. And I'm only using 5.5 of the 10 gigs of VRAM. And so that is where I suspect, oh god, is where I suspect if things are going to break, that's where they're going to break, is in the RAM. So we'll see if maybe I can add a larger piece to my workload every day, and then eventually test the limits of what kind of a size of a you know, file I can work on whilst streaming without completely destroying and detonating my computer. So I missed your answer, but have you had time to look at your stuff? I sent you. Also provide some art books. No, sorry, Thurkid. I had to take Friday off because my you know when you upgrade your computer and everything goes wrong? That's what I've been dealing with. So I haven't been a person for the last couple of days. So today is my first day of being a human back. And so I got a message Minnie and Alf today anyway. So I haven't taken a look at the resources you sent me, but I really appreciate you sending me them my way, because I'm gonna need them today. No, I'll let you know though what I think of it though. I appreciate you taking the time for it. But yeah, no, I've been desperately trying to make sure everything doesn't light on fire. In fact, today I'm not even convinced that everything won't still light on fire. Because what happened after a couple of hours last time I was live on TikTok as well, is eventually my GPU just sort of got really mad, and then I had to end my TikTok and YouTube streams to keep the Twitch one from igniting. So yeah, I'm backing up the recording. Yeah, it's all. If everything did light on fire, would happen on a Monday. It would, wouldn't it? I thought if I took the Friday off that I could like get everything back squared away and whatnot, Cass. And I worked really hard because I was initially going to take today off as well from stream and try and just get everything fixed. Like my audio is not totally fixed. My solution for one of my audio problems is my microphone is now attached to a different desk, and it's not a permanent solution. So I have my like printer stand wheeled over, my microphone clamped on it. My computer case is like open with cables just sort of like spilling out. It's a mess over here, okay? It's an absolute mess. So I've just tried my best to make sure not everything collapses in calamity right now. So I'm like aware that it's just like stream as usual on a Monday for most people, but for me right now it is, oh god, what's on fire? Oh my god, make sure everything's okay. I'm stressed. I'm stressed, bro. It should be fine though. It should be fine. If it hasn't lit on fire by now, I'm crossing my fingers that it'll be okay for the rest of the stream and I'll be able to get this piece done. So, good morning, Azalea. Good to see you, bro. Hope you are less overworked this week. All right, enjoy your hermiting, Thorkin. Enjoy your hermiting. Thank you for chilling, man. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. I'm also trying to be very intentional about the like process that I'm doing today as far as the recording goes, because I feel like the recordings always look better. The videos always look better when I start kind of like at the character's eyes and go out. Like starting top down is like pretty cool when you like do it all in one kind of like in small inch increments, but that's a little bit annoying. So I'm going to try doing the kind of the starburst from the center out to the whatever. So look like I'm going to be overworked until maybe March. What the hell, dude? Are you getting crazy overtime or some shit? Um. One second. Okay, cool. Oops, let me just get out of that. All right, sick. I've been having 100+ hour paychecks since June. Jesus, dude, that's crazy. That's insane, actually. Well, proud of you for at least making it work somehow. That's tough, Azalea. That's really tough. Oh, Azalea, I think that shipping to the US has been fixed for us. So I know you're very excited for a couple of things, rewards and whatnot. So should be able to get that out finally, which is great. Not that I know exactly how it's been fixed, but it seems like there's some codes that have been added for artists and for small businesses to send stuff without getting absolutely smoked upon receiving goods. So I know you were one of the most excited people about getting a couple things, so I'm very much looking forward to that. You know, we finally figured it out, how to send things to the United States, which has been stressful. It's been stressful not being able to send mail to the US. There is also currently a Canadian Post strike, which is funny, but it shouldn't actually impact things. It's like for the last like solid year or so, sending mail from Canada, like since last November. So yeah, about a year actually. First there was the post strike, and then there were tariffs, and then there was whatever, and then the tariffs got worse, and then they went away briefly, and then they got better, and then our post went on strike again, and then they were told they're not allowed to go on full strike. So we'll see whatever that means, but it should be okay. So, but only a sort of strike. Yes, only a sort of strike. They're still technically striking, but they're only allowed to strike at certain times so that certain mail can get through. Like I had gotten a new thing like that I needed to have made to be vague, and it got sent out. It was like a card thingy, and I was like, when am I gonna get this in the mail? Don't I need this for like this thing? And the government said, get bent, nerd. All right, let's see. Good morning, Adaria. Let's see. The Eastern White Pine. Ooh, that's a great tree, Adaria. The Eastern White Pine silhouette alone is going to carry this tree all the way up to like probably like an 11. Oh, what the hell? Why is my... What the heck? How long has that been broken for? Probably since the start of stream? Neat. Okay, cool. Rad. Rad. We're still finding things broken today with the new, the reinstalls, so... That is cool, man. Glad to hear it. Love to hear it. Nice. You go on strike and nothing really changes. That doesn't help your cause much. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know the whole deal with it. But they're out there. I see them. When we're driving to town, I drive to a particular store. I see them out there. They get the little sandwich board signs on, doing their thing. You know? Getting after it. So good for them, I guess. I don't know. Not really paying too much attention to it, I'll be honest. Got stopped one day and asked about it. I was just confused why somebody was talking to me in public, you know? This is a little weird, I'll be honest, you know? Imagine talking to another person in a public place. Unsolicitedly. And not like the old ladies that talk to me at the gym. That's fine. That's great. This is different, you know? They're basically delivering every other day instead of daily, and they won't deliver flyers. Waste tracking for additional pylons, more Vespian gas minerals. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what they want. Yeah. Probably just more pay or whatever. It's usually what a strike is for. We also have in my province, our teachers, I believe, are on strike as well. I think, in Alberta. The schools have been pretty quiet in the morning. Like usually where I drive past a school if I'm going to the gym, I'll drive like near a school, not like right by, but like enough to like see it over a road or two, and I'll see like it's you know, kids getting off buses and shit and whatever, parents delivering young ones, and it's been empty. So I guess they're still. Oops. I guess they're still on strike. That or I'm just there at a weird time and have no idea what time school starts for them. So. Pretty sure it's the pylons. Yeah, I think yeah, they need more supply. So. Most striking because people aren't mailing as much, so they're having to change what they do. Oh, okay. Yeah. Last year during the strike, I got stopped and accosted by a couple people from the strike that were trying to get me to sign some shit. And they like kind of told me what was up, and I sort of was like kind of listening, but ultimately I was trying to like get on with my day because I didn't have time to stop and talk about some shit for, you know, whatever. And so it sounded kind of like that, but well, maybe I was a little unsympathetic to the cause. They were rather upset that I wouldn't take the time to hear them out, and I was a little busy. So, hey man, I was on a timeline that day. Even then, to be fair, I shouldn't say that as if I would have stuck around and hung out and talked if I wasn't on a timeline. I don't want to be bothered when I'm like out doing stuff. Does that make me a bad person that I don't want to talk and listen to their problem or whatever? I felt like a bad person, but also it's like, dude, I'm like trying to get my shit done. I got stuff to do. I'm the busiest person I know, and I know Jackie Felling. Dasher's gonna think that's hilarious if he's still here. What's up, sure? Good to see you, dude. Oh, thanks, Cass. I appreciate it. Thanks for Thank you, Cass. That's the god. I can always count on Cass to be watching my other chats for me when I'm monologuing what shit nobody cares about. That I just nod, smile, and say sure, but then I don't stop walking. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the trick, right? Exactly, Atari. That's the trick. If you stay in momentum, then it makes it harder to engage with, right? 100%. And so that's the strategy. But the time that I got time burgled by them, I got surrounded. They got the surround on me. So I was like getting out of my car, you know, and they had the fucking big, like two of them had the big like protest sandwich board things on. So they were like AoE tanking space from me. And I'd actually like push one out of the way physically to get out of there. So it was a harrowing experience, man. Like getting time burgled in any way is always a problem. Like getting time burgled by people with casting like AoE like spells on the space around you, that shit's like, that's, you know, I contemplating getting back in my car. As Treyas, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in. I'm helpful in every non-Twitch chat, so I can be a meme gremlin in Twitch chat. That's true. You have earned quite a bit of rope for gremlining at this point in time, Cass. Like the fact that you're trying to invest in that, well, you know, it's happening. Like your investment is paid off or is paying off. I don't know. You never really spent your currency, but you're building it up quite a bit. So Look, I'll be honest, it's working, you know? You draw more tougher looking characters. Depends on the request, Kong. It depends entirely on who's asking me to draw characters for them. Recently, I've been getting a lot of requests for, you know, all kinds of D&D characters from people, but it really depends on the person. I think a lot of my most recent characters have been, I don't know, rogues and casters and things like that. So, you know, maybe not, but that all changes week to week. So if it ever seems like I'm only doing one thing or whatever on my videos or stream or whatever, just wait a week or two. But no one's asked me to draw any like big tough characters, barbarians, you know, paladins, anything like that. Not in a little while, which is disappointing for me. I need my big burly fighters and stuff as well. Alas, it's been a quiet time for that. So all right. I don't want to do too much hatching there because I'm gonna need to move some stuff around. Whatever, man. Today's a chill day. I'm not worrying too much about anything. I need to change shit later. I'll change it later. The whole make it then make it good thing. I need to subscribe to that. I think. Very cool. My current D&D character is big, beaten up bugbear, drunken monk. That's sick. That's good. I like that. I haven't done a bugbear in a long time, dude. A funny character I made in 5th ed. I have one that I'd love to request from you, but it's not even D&D, so I don't know if it'd be a good idea. I mean, the characters that the requests on Coffee are not just for D&D characters. They're just characters. Most people request them for D&D, so, you know. A dwarf character of Saloon, and he was a werebear. Oh, shit, okay. Werebears are cool. I've had an affinity for werebears ever since Diablo 2, so that's good shit right there. Always worth waiting a week. Sometimes he gets bullied into doing a massive design piece for an entire race. That's true. That's true, actually. I'm going to be opening up. I'm really scared about this. I'm going to be opening up full character designs on Coffee this week. Either tomorrow or the next day or like before Thursday. I'm going to be opening up like full character designs, top to bottom. They're going to be expensive as shit and take me a long time. And I don't know if anyone will want to do a request style full character design. But the demand has been there, and we'll see if people are serious about it. So I'll probably open 1 or 2 slots for that. But it is going to be expensive because it's going to be like a 20-hour project. Maybe not quite 20, maybe closer to like 16 or 18 hours, but we'll see. We'll see if people actually want that. I don't know. I'm fine if I put that up there and it just like stays closed or whatever, or unused as a slot. Just in case. But I did say I would at least put it up there as an option for people in the future. So we shall see. Dude, I'm actually kind of enjoying this character. Like I wasn't sure how she looked like earlier on, but I think she's turning out okay. The fluffy hair is always fun to mess around with. I'm having fun, okay? You know, it's a good character design when I'm having fun. When chat likes the character and I'm enjoying it, it's a good time. Let's just cover this with a little bit more. Pull her hair in a little bit to frame better. I have at least one person who's interested in that. Yeah, all right. Okay, we'll see. Just waiting for Evan's schedule to slow down a bit. I'm still waiting on 3 projects from him. Yeah, actually though, right? Well, the Rokari, I think, are second up on the queue. I don't remember. The Rokari are gonna be so much fun, Azalea. You're gonna love it. Knowing all the stuff that you like about the Foxkin And the Kitsune, I really think you're gonna love the Rokari. The lore, we've talked about lore before, you know, we've gotten into it. But I'm thinking about trying to write a little like short story for well, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, the Rokari gonna be dope. So games are long but worth it. You know, I've thought about that recently, like the whole idea of queue times being long versus like the quality of work. I think I've really found my stride in my fuck it, it's gonna take as long as it's gonna take era. You know, like that's really been a big thing for me recently in the last like year, is not rushing things. You know, obviously you want to be professional, you want to get deadlines and stuff done and whatnot. You don't want to make people wait too long, but man, not feeling rushed for stuff and just like doing things at a pace that they require, putting the project first, like kind of surrendering to the project a little bit. This is the thing that I've listened to Rick Rubin talk about extensively, is not trying to sort of like rush art. Like it's going to take as long as it's going to take in order for it to be the best piece that it can be. You know, if it's too manufactured or too like, I don't know, if it's just like for a purpose, it sort of solves a function as opposed to actually being art, you know. God, I've been thinking about that a lot recently. I've been getting into my feelings on it, man. I've been really thinking about art and shit a ton. I was thinking about making like a big long Twitter post about it, about my like current sort of like philosophy on making art and shit, but I don't know if anyone would be interested in listening to or reading a giant long post like that. I don't know. Keep an eye out for your books to open up. Have a good one. Yeah, for sure, dude. Thanks for stopping by. What's up, Alf? What's going on, dog? Good to see ya. Good to see you, Alf. Okay. Got to get our sketch here a little more in line with the rest. I just realized these are things, adjustments that I wanted to do before the stream, but alas, here we are. I also need to like walk away from this at some point in time today. I'll have to just like hang out for a few while I'm not doing this for 5 or 10 minutes at some point. Make sure everything looks okay before I go too deep into the project. All right. So, I'm not sure if she had a scar on her neck. That was something that I think the person, like, sometimes I get messages or whatever on coffee or something that I think there's like some autocorrect and stuff happening on the phone. And I think that they said that she had a scar on her throat. They said a scar on her throat. Like THHROW. And so I'm assuming that autocorrect was throat. So I'm not going to draw any said scar. I'm just going to leave it covered by the thick fluffy red scarf, which I had to make look kind of like fuzzy a little bit too, so can't make it too smooth. But yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it blank, all right? Expand. And we'll leave that to the imagination, because I don't want to like throw a scar on there or something and then not know what the hell it was. Like I don't remember who it was, but somebody looked up the Azune thing for me as to whether or not it was a scar or birthmark, and I really appreciated that, because I wasn't sure what it was and how far it went down. But same thing's true for this one. I don't really know what a scar on the throat could mean a lot of things, and I don't necessarily want to get it wrong. Because there's certain details people like will ask me for or share or whatever that's something along the lines of like, oh, they have a scar on their lip, and they don't care if that's just like something like this or if it's like, you know, some massive thing. But if somebody's thinking of like, oh, they have a scar, like a Joker scar on their lips, that's like, that's very specific. And I feel like scars on cheeks or whatever, people can kind of usually assume that that's like, you know, little dagger cuts or claws or something like that. People will often specify it like, oh, they have claw, like scars from a claw on their face. But general scar on area of body, there's like, I don't know what that means sometimes, and so I don't want to like do a general, because like when you think of neck scars, I've had people ask for neck scars that look like rope burns or whatever, or like from like wearing a collar or something like that, or scars from like, you know, or it's just like a cool gnarly like neck scar that's just like some massive tough guy thing that goes up his face and down the whatever. So we're gonna leave that one blank. Not every single detail also is like something that I will render in when somebody describes a character to me, because I find it easier sometimes to leave certain things that feel more specific a bit to the imagination, like hide it, just a gentle rendering, you know, pose, whatever, hiding it delicately. Composition, that kind of thing, you know, and being slightly intentional with it. Being slightly intentional. Okay. How far down your cheeks do freckles go? How far down? Chin freckles? What? They said a face full of freckles, so maybe they want more. Down the cheek line. Why are all these freckle references a bunch of ginger kids? What the fuck? I guess it comes with the territory, right? Okay. We'll pull them down a little bit. Ooh, not on that layer. Damn it, Windows. Keep getting distracted by the stupid search bar down at the bottom of my Cintiq. The new Windows update ate away part of my my workspace. When my sensei sent me a figure with shadows. Oh wait, no I don't. Damn, bro. Do you have bit badge big enough to talk shit? Oh yeah, you do. Never mind. Yeah, I talk your shit. It's fun. Yeah, you're loud. Yeah, you right. Okay. Gotta move some stuff around here. Compositionally, anyway. Okay. Give me a sec. I'm gonna grab a new water, and maybe that'll be enough of a not looking at this thing for 3 minutes. Okay, go stretch. Go stretch. Stretch your legs. I'll start the first Streamlabs promo giveaway when I get back on Twitch, so give me a sec. Alright, wait, Gucci. I'm rehydrated. I'm good. I'm electrolyted. I'm creatined. I'm ready to go. Okay, so I promised that I would do the Streamlabs thing, right? The promos. Let's see if Streamlabs will even work. So as an apology for missing stream on Friday. Where is it? There we go. I promised, I swore an oath to do a couple promos today. So I think I have some Barsheer Towers and some Dorsarians. Let's see if I can actually log into this shit or have to do that stuff manually. Oh, no, it works. What's up, Silver Lotus? Good to see you, dude. Podbot. Giveaways. Promo card. Ooh. Eldara promo. Oh, we don't need to put that in there. All right, sick. Numbered card. All right. We'll do the first of the three. I'll do another one later and then do it at the end of my stream. We'll leave it up for a little while. So we'll start it. People can enter and then whatever. Do it for half hour. I think that's good. Confirm. Oh, that's not the right. That's not the right one. Dice. Yay, thanks Streamlabs. Thanks for being cool even though I switched over to OBS. Okay, there you go. Alright. Alright, we'll do it for either Darsarian or a Barsheer. I think. Wait, is it not entering? Hello? Ooh, fuck. Streamlabs? Hello? The fuck? Please? guys, why aren't you entering, guys? What do you mean? What? Wait, you guys didn't want to hop on this one? What the fuck? wait, what? What the shit? Oh, don't let me do this manually, dude. Streamlabs is modded, right? It is.
Streamlabs, please let us have the promos.
Hold on. Let me try this again. What the fuck, man? Bro, there's a timer? I know. I know. Can you not do it for that long? Did it have to be shorter? Hold on, ignore chat for a minute. Fuck, dude. Ella, I think it's broken, dude. Try the dice one. Let's do the Friday sketch one. Yeah, I guess we all win. I guess so. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it. I have a fix. Let me just send a message to somebody. I have a fix, okay? Oh man. Bro. How are we gonna start doing the weekly Friday giveaways again? This is all a test, all right? We're testing shit, bruh. Cut. Message sent. Let me do a test here real quick. Siri. You can rig it on Stream Elements for subscribers. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. There's actually a fucking option in there. That's so funny. All right, I have messaged the expert. We shall receive response soon. Yeah, stay tuned for that. That or Samurai is right, and just everyone in the YouTube chat will get one. Kidding. Come on, man. We never give any special preference to YouTube. I await hearing back from our expert here. We'll just chill and draw cool satyrs until then. Cause I got them already here, bro. I got them ready to go. And how am I gonna do Blackwood dice giveaways this or next month, right? But yeah, if you do manually, I guess we could Ella. That's so annoying though. We'll just give it a minute. All right, do we have messy gremlin hair enough to convince our satyr player that the chopped her own hair off with a knife vibe has been well referenced in the character art? Or do I have to get even more messy on gremlin? To be fair, I think Satyr Forest Gremlin Rogue is kind of a vibe that I can do well enough. So hopefully we don't have to make any changes and have an unhappy, upset client. There's nothing worse than having unhappy, upset clients, am I right? Oh, I wouldn't know, actually, never mind. Last time somebody got mad, I just fired them. Wait, Evan, you can fire clients? You absolutely can, and should. Absolutely fire your clients. I had to chat with a couple little young people artists about starting their career and doing commissions and stuff. I told them they had my permission to fire bad clients. They thought that wasn't a thing you're allowed to do. They were horrified at the idea, in fact, you know? Okay, do I have a response yet? No, that's fair. That's fair. We'll give me another minute. Give me another minute. See if it can be repaired. They put some stitches and stuff on this, I guess. You know, a well-loved scarf concealing all the darkness of roguecraft. Dude, people just don't play rogues anymore in D&D, hey? I never get any requests for rogues. Like, ever, it feels like. I should keep a tally and do that, like, every year. Like, a report at the end of the year, what classes and, like, what race, class, and species, background, ancestry, whatever you want to call it, people are playing, you know? What character vibes. But I wonder if I'll start getting more non-D&D character requests and just, like, sort of general kind of, like, RPG, TTRPG characters, because it seems like the D&D crowd are moving over to different games right now. I don't know if anyone else is caught on to that. Too edgy. Yeah, okay. Broody. Yes. I have one in each of my group, all 4 of them. You play with 4 rogues? Where are these rogue players at? Is there like a... Hold on. Is there like a chart? Like we could do like a... Can I do... Oh, I can't make... No, fuck it. That's gonna take too long. Whatever. We'll do like a graph. Like, we'll do the class. And then we'll do like... We could do like the class versus the likelihood of like commissioning art. And it's like, I think that the most dramatic ones are bards. Like bards are like at the top, right? Like every bard player wants to play, you know, and then you've got like, I think like warlocks are pretty high up there. I realize you guys can't see this on TikTok. I apologize. Not as much. And then you can kind of go down the list, right? Like you could put paladins. Paladins might be higher than bards or warlocks. And then you go down a little bit further, right? You got things like fighters. Fighter players typically aren't that likely to commission art. But then you have on the other side, you have like rogue. And it's like on this side, it's like or gets art comms. And on this side, it's just uses AI. And so you can go to the negative on this, right? You know? Like the fucking rogue players, man. God damn. There's gotta be like I'm sure I could get like a poll from a bunch of the artists that I know, you know, and get like a poll of the most likely like D&D classes, but you'd have to compare it. You'd have to like, what's the math behind that? You'd have to reference like the data of like class comms, and you'd have to make that a percentage against the like the how common a class is, right? So you'd have to cross-reference your anecdotal data as an artist with like some sort of like chart of like popularity of classes to figure out on like some spreadsheet shit to figure out like which classes are most likely to commission art. Because like, I think hands down, it's probably paladins for me anyway. Now, is that just because I do armor and whatever? Maybe, I don't know. But realistically, are paladins just more popular D&D classes right now? I think that might be the case. So we can't necessarily just safely say that paladin players are more likely to commission art because, like, I don't know. What's the least played D&D class? Most played D&D classes. When was the last time we had that? Current most popular classes. General discussion. This is 2023 or 2024. So this is the most popular classes are this is just human though. So it's not a full, like, sheet here, right? But rogues are super high, though, hey? Is there a way to look at this as just the... Huh. Is there a way to just look at the, classes? Not necessarily... Oh, this is 2022. Not necessarily the race class combos. Ah. Okay, hold on. D&D Beyond post the stats. Okay. All right. So, most popular class are fighters. I did not see that coming. People don't play fighters as far as the our guild crowd. 30%. Then behind that is what, rogue at 11. Really? Okay. And then sort of tied for 8. This is actually pretty balanced, I'll be honest, more than I thought. So you've got tied for 8% is barbarian, cleric, wizard. I am shocked that paladin isn't above cleric. Then bard, monk, sorcerer. Oh, and warlock is at 9, sorry. Bard, monk, sorcerer, paladin, ranger are all at 7. And then druid was at 6. The subclasses, though, what are the least popular subclasses? No one plays Path of the Zealot. No one plays Eldritch Knight, really? Or Battlemaster that much. No one plays Divine Soul Sorcerer. No one plays Drunken Master. College of Whispers, War Domain, Oath of Ancients. More than that, what is the most popular subclasses? So Path of Berserker seems right. Champion over Battlemaster, though. That's weird. Thief. Oh, wait. Thief is the most popular rogue subclass? Wait, okay, you guys can see it. Are you kidding? The hell? Not a wow, dude. Okay, this is crazy. Way of the Open Hand, I could see that for monks. College of Lore, I could see that for bards. Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer. Why is there not more love for the Draconic Bloodline? Or sorry, the Wild Magic. Life Domain, obviously, that makes sense to me. Oath of Devotion, I would have said that Oath of the Vengeance would be higher up on that list, but I guess. Fiend, I don't know shit about Warlocks, so cool. So the Druids don't have like a clear winner, but Circle of the Moon is the best, is the top one. Most Rangers are picking Hunter over Beastmaster. Most Rangers are picking Hunter over Beastmaster? Yeah, I would have expected Gloomstalker to be represented in there. Or at least, like, or to be higher up in there. And Beastmaster. And then School of Evocation. Honestly, Wizards, I can see... Sorry, the number for that is right there. I can see most people playing School of Evocation. Wow, Wow. And then artificers are 1%. Artillerist, alchemist, and battlesmith. So nobody likes artificer players. That's what this says, is that it, and Bloodhunter doesn't even count on this, apparently. You're not even a real person if you play Bloodhunter. Holy, imagine being absolutely dunked on as a Bloodhunter player. Wow, dude. Wow. Can you believe that? I certainly can't. I mean, I absolutely can. I can and do. Fully and firmly. So, poor Bloodhunters. Poor artificers. Wow, man, really? Okay. Okay. Apparently it's a lot more balanced than I thought it would be. And I don't know shit. I would have said that paladins would have beaten out clerics. And if you told me fighters were the most popular class, I wouldn't have believed you either. So, yeah. The new players, yeah. Played less fighters and thieves. That makes sense. Range Beastmaster kind of sucks as they didn't make it the class good at all. Fair enough. This is probably data from 2020 or 2014, not even 2024, right? So do you think there's probably like here's the thing to remember. Whenever you are looking at a group of people, you have two main groups. You have the casual players. And there's nothing wrong with being casual, right? The casual players are the majority. Then you have the enthusiasts / what's a better word for them? Casual, hardcore doesn't really work either, because hardcore has implications in gaming, like for hardcore runs. I guess you just say the casuals versus the hobbyists. That's kind of what I was thinking too. Yeah, sure. Let's yeah, hobbyists. That's a good, that works. I like enthusiasts, but enthusiasts feels whatever. Anyway, so within the casuals, if people will see some things like how do we determine what is happening, the pulse of the hobby. We determine by kind of what we see. Hobbitists, yeah. And so we will all right, anyway. We will see people from like YouTube. We'll see people from Reddit. We'll see people on Twitch. Well, not anymore, but right. And so we will say that if YouTube, Reddit, and Twitch all have an opinion, right? We all look at that opinion and we say, oh my God, can you guys believe opinion? Everyone believes in opinion. And why does everyone believe in opinion? Well, everyone believes in opinion because you saw opinion on Twitch and Reddit and on YouTube, and thus opinion must be everyone, right? Guys, can you believe that opinion is shared by everyone? Oh my God. I'm so shocked about opinion. But thankfully everyone is in agreement. So we all are in accordance. We all see it the same way, and we all support opinion. The issue is, if you are on YouTube, Twitch, or Reddit talking about the hobby, about the hobby, right? You are in this category. So we're going to take all of this, and the pulse of the hobby really is actually only under the hobbyist. So the everyone that shares the opinion, you might have the hobbyists be 20% of the hobby, and the casuals represent the 80%. Your casual player plays game. That's it. They're not watching YouTube videos about how to play the game better. They're not on Reddit talking about it. They're not watching Twitch streams, about people talking about the game. They just play game. And it's always good to think about when you're creating a game, I think. What is the balance between players that are enthusiasts or hobbyists versus casual players? And so, for example, if you have a example would be like if you ever played World of Warcraft, a game that or League of Legends. These are games that have like constantly evolving changes and patching. So you have the hobbyists, and these are also usually your hardcore players, right? Your hardcore players, your professional players, or your no-lifers, or just people who are enthusiasts. And so they might all share this opinion. They might all agree on opinion. But at the end of the day, if they represent only 20%, and the company, right? The company that makes game, they usually have a good idea of what this number is of enthusiasts or hobbyists versus casuals. And so when they say, guys, we're changing thing to do the thing a different way, and everyone says, oh, what the hell? And they make it for the casual players here. And all the enthusiasts and hobbyists and hardcore players and professionals and no-lifers are like, that's a terrible idea. None of us asked for that. It's tough sometimes to know if opinion is truly even shared or even known about by the casual players. Because the problem is, if this represents in a game your let's just say your income as a studio, if for something like gacha games are going to favor the enthusiasts, the hobbyists, the no-lifers, and of course the pros. But a game that's like a one and done, you purchase it once, you purchase a book, and then you're done. The amount of money that you are worth to the company is over at that point in time. Then your revenue is going to be split similarly to where the people are. So 20% of your revenue is going to come from the hobbyists. Now the thing is, they are going to be marketing, like YouTube, Reddit, Twitch. All these things are going to be marketing. So it's worth it. It's useful to have your hobbyists be pleased with the game. However, the casuals, their marketing is word of mouth. So what's the value of enthusiast marketing versus word of mouth for the game? And these are all things that we don't necessarily know for D&D or whatever. But they're going to make decisions for the game based on this. So I think about this all the time. When I will get, commissions for like the people kind of commissioning art for D&D are typically hobbyists, right? The casual players aren't going to think of getting. The casual players are going to download something from Pinterest or use AI or whatever. So if I look at my sort of like anecdotal examples of what kind of player characters people are requesting and getting from me, it's going to be, oh man, everyone plays paladins, everyone plays warlocks, everyone plays, character classes that I get a lot of requests for. But in fact, it's like, are all the enthusiasts and hobbyists and players, are they just not playing fighters? Like, are they all playing dramatic, are all the players that are like Critical Role watching? Because if you watch Critical Role, I think you're automatically a hobbyist player. You're automatically an enthusiast. You're automatically in at the top end. Casual players don't even know Critical Role exists. And people who sometimes are big fans of Critical Role will argue, oh no, it's ubiquitous. Everyone knows about Critical Role. But the everyone is because everyone on Reddit and Twitch and TikTok and shit talk about this thing. But I talk to D&D players sometimes in the wild, no idea what Critical Role is. And so this very narrative way of playing the game, this very dramatic, theatrical, whatever, where you want to play characters that have an opportunity for a lot of backstory built into the class. Like, you're playing your your dramatic rogue or dramatic warlocks that are stuck in a pact with their ex-girlfriend. You're playing paladins of a dead god that give them every once in a while a tentacle from beyond and whatever. And you're playing bards that are theatrical and dramatic and whatever. Those are all almost enthusiast classes. And so I see a ton of druid players, but druids aren't really represented here. And I'm guessing what that does is it shows, like Atari said, new players want to play simple classes. I would also argue that it's not just new players, that it's also, in general, casual players. Just fighter, can hit things more often, more effectively. Rogue, sneak attack, great. Like, these are all things that sound really great to casual players. And because there's less about the narrative and more about the mechanics in some ways. And I wonder what the balance, like we're getting little snapshots here of what the truth is, without actually knowing like fully like what's happening with our hobby. I'd be very curious to see right now, what is the current day, like right now, breakdown of classes, because I'm guessing this statistic thing is from 2022, just like the other one was, because it said D&D Beyond published it, so I'm guessing they're talking about that one like publication of the stats. I'd be very curious to see what a 2025 end of year wrap up would look like if most of the casual players who were playing D&D in 2020, 2021, 22, when they were all home and chilling because they were, you know, on lockdown, work was down, school was down, whatever. I wonder if they are all gone back to their daily life, and now it's just the enthusiasts and hobbyists left in the game, right? I wonder if those class balances would have changed them because of that, you know, and also Bloodhunter's not there, so having a great day today. I'm chilling, dude. Yeah, I'm having a great day. I'm just relaxing. We're hoping that my stream stays together for another hour or two here, because I've changed a lot about my tech side of my stream, and hopefully it's not going to explode on me today. But it seems to be doing well, and I'm enjoying my day because of that. Cause give me 1 sec. Sorry. Jeez. No, shit. What's that? All right, disaster averted. We're good, I think, maybe. We're hoping. The day is still young. Okay. Back in it. Well, anyway, I think that's interesting. I should maybe like make like a chart or whatever and see what kind of classes that I've been requested to draw. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna track all that data for 2026, because 2026 I'm gonna be doing a ton of commissions and requests and stuff. I'm going to try and do a certain amount per month. So we shall hopefully get some better data out of there. I don't know. It'd be an interesting little thing to check up on. Here, it's always so pretty. Oh man, I appreciate that. Thank you. Seriously, that means a lot. I'm unworthy of the praise, but I will endeavor to be, all right? I always have extra druid, sorcerer, and wizard character sheets after a convention. Druid, sorcerer, and wizard character sheets. I would have thought sorcerers would be less. I mean, they're only a 7% class, but You know, it's actually kind of good that there's not like just a class that's just never played. But I wonder if that's part of it, is that as a class's popularity decreases, the amount of people that want to play the class because it's like different and it isn't common increases. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how much that like contrarianism sort of applies to like kind of bolster the numbers. There's like a currency in playing the unpopular class, and so if there's no one ever playing sorcerer and everyone plays wizards, then you want to be the different one and play a sorcerer instead of a wizard. I also wonder how many of the rogues players are playing. Well, no, thief is 39%. Assassin's only 15. Arcane trickster's only 15. So thief, can you play a thief rogue that well? That's a ranged rogue. Because I'm just thinking about our ranger players that don't get to play the game because they play rogues instead. Are they in there? Artificer's basically never played. It's 1%. It's basically none. Is Artificer though? Is it in the PHB? I don't think it is it? So I'm not holding Artificer to the same standard as I am other classes, right? Because we're thinking about the casual players that just bought the PHB and like are playing completely with that alone, you know? That's what I'm considering when I like sort of don't have Artificer in that stat calculation or whatever it is. Oops. Okay. Justice for Artificers, yeah. I don't know, man. I also get that Artificers are kind of like out of the realm of fantasy that most people like. You know, one of the most useful and interesting like comment sections on any video I've ever had was the video where I asked people what they preferred in fantasy. And you'd be shocked, man. There's a lot of people that want like guns and shit and like robots and whatever in our fantasy. A lot of people like didn't really answer. They're like, "Oh, it depends." It's like, okay, that's fine, you know. Asking you to commit to an answer here, my guy, but you know, fair enough, because that is a question where it can depend heavily, I suppose. But ultimately, that's not really a useful opinion, right? But a lot of people were like okay with artificers, robots, all that kind of shit in their fantasy. But then we talk with this on stream, and it seems like everybody's in agreement that, you know, for the most part, that thing kind of kills or changes the vibe of fantasy up quite a bit in a way that isn't productive for the kind of fantasy that we like to have, you know? Obviously, fantasy is an ever-changing genre. I'm counting on it being an ever-changing genre, but still. Right, because not many people own the books that the Artificer's in. Well, that's what... Yeah, okay, right. That's what I would assume, anyway. Is that's part of it. What book is Artificer in, anyway? For 5th ed. Where do you have to go to find it? But I guess it's D&D Beyond, right? So, Eberron and Tasha's. Oh, okay. Wait, it's in Tasha's? Dude, I am not paying attention to Tasha's, apparently. Tasha's had more shit in it. I did not think it had any class stuff in there. Like, I thought it just had subclass shit. Okay. Okay, I see you. I mean, yeah, like, I'm not big on artificers in general. So, I can understand where the lack of love comes from them. I can relate. The further we get into the age of information technology, the more low-tech people are picturing fantasy evolves. Guns used to be advanced. Tech now is just everywhere. No big deal. People include that in their fantasy imagining. Yeah, I think that's true, actually. I don't know. I see that happening, and I do wonder about that. It's like, is Arcane really fantasy or is it sci-fi? Gut check, I think people would say it's sci-fi. for the most part. Obviously, if people are like intellectualizing it too much on the internet, they'll make non-committal answers to everything, like is Star Wars science fiction. You'll have some glasses adjusting nerds trying to convince people it's a space fantasy. You're like, okay, dude, relax. Like, we all know what we mean when we say like what categories it fit into more. It's like how well do you receive the idea of a generalization? In general, is it science fiction or fantasy? And everybody says, well, it's sci-fi. Cool enough. But I think Arcane fits more into the sci-fi than it does into the fantasy category. But even then, it feels like the fantasy category is changing to be more like Arcane and to accept more of that in it, which is interesting. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but it's just like, it's the thing that's happening, so. Now people buy everything in D&D Beyond, so those charts are probably influenced by those that don't buy anything online. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, just because it is available in D&D Beyond, people are likely not paying for it. Like, I wonder if that's why, like, well, I wonder how Bloodhunter would fit into that, you know? Are people playing Bloodhunters, or are people just not buying that shit because they don't want to spend extra money on another class module thing? So Steampunk is more known now too, so that influences things. Yeah, and I think people would say that Arcane fits more into steampunk because it's like kind of more chempunk, if you know the difference, sort of like punks. But chempunk is still more akin to steampunk than a lot of other things, so it kind of fits in there. And then obviously Piltover was designed originally by Riot to feel steampunk. If you look at like Caitlin's original designs and stuff, so there's still some of that in there, those influences. Dude, I had the biggest sneeze ready to go. Holy. I had to hit my mute button for nothing. Sci-fi fantasy is a thing. Honestly, labels can be harmful or helpful depending. Yeah, it is. But like, we're talking, we're trying to be like make useful generalizations to understand large groups of people. That's why generalizations are helpful in this case. Obviously, labels and expectations are not all that great sometimes, depending on what you're doing. And trying to get away from them is like definitely very good. But the thing that we're talking about is we're we were looking at before you got here a lot of the like D&D players and making like trying to find generalized sort of like trends, you know. So the trends are a good way to sort of read the pulse of what's going on in players in the genre. That's why we're talking about like sort of those large, like, let's try and commit to one thing or another, because obviously, yeah, I mean, it's like to call Star Wars and Dune and Star Trek the same genre is kind of tough. But you know, if we're just being large, wide, sweeping, you know, kind of generalizations, then that's where it's like, yeah, is this a science fiction or a fantasy? Well, it seems more sci-fi. Okay, that's where we're putting it. Is Lord of the Rings a sci-fi or a fantasy? Well, we're gonna put it in fantasy. Star Wars in sci-fi, Dune in sci-fi, Cyberpunk in sci-fi, Witcher in fantasy. You know, just to like understand what people are kind of thinking about or whatever at the time, right?
Clearly Firefly and Serenity aren't the same genre. How dare you think otherwise?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Firefly and Expanse being sci-fi when Star Trek is also sci-fi is that's a tough sell, hey? Thanks so much, bits of Durio. Because yeah, I mean, I love the genre argument as well, but we're trying to figure out what people are thinking about right now for the hobby. And it seems like more of the like people. It's like what would you call it? Is the term Overton window just for sort of social acceptability stuff, or would you refer to an Overton window? Is it a Overton window or the Overton window of just an idea being accepted, or is it just only for like sort of social political stuff is the Overton window used for? But you could say an Overton window for science fiction and fantasy would be like, would guns be accepted? The Gygax window, I like that. Yeah. Would within the sort of the window there, would guns have been accepted in fantasy, you know, 30 years ago? No. And are they today? Sure. And so what's the, like, how does that shift then as time goes on? You know, could you have magic in science fiction? I don't know, X teen years ago. Well, not really, but can you imagine sci-fi now? Sure, you know. It's like these things are shifting for the better or worse, like good or bad. You know, Marvel has a lot of science fiction elements in there, but I think people would still argue it or like generalize it as a science fiction more than anything else. Well, superhero is kind of its own genre a little bit. People wouldn't necessarily associate it with sci-fi or fantasy, I don't think. But I think that it's got more science fiction elements in it than it does fantasy, obviously. The setting helps. But yeah, it's just interesting to see what people are like willing to... what the expectation is of the public when they see a fantasy or whatever. And I wonder if there is much love for sort of classic fantasy anymore. So I'm starting to think less and less so, hey? I'm starting to really think more and more that the science fiction love is like sci-fi is the future. Like, I wonder if you could have a big generation defining project that was fantasy and not science fiction. That's a question I've asked myself a lot over the last like maybe 15 years or whatever. The Blunderbuss was in the DMG in 2nd edition, so we're talking about general acceptance, you know, what was it, whatever was in the DMG, you know, in fucking 1970, who cares, is interesting, but it doesn't, it's 1 point on the graph. It's anecdotal. So is the Force magic? Yeah. Which is interesting, right? Is it the Force begins to move into magic, but it doesn't interact the world the way fantasy magic was written. So I was just run black powder as rare, crazy, gnomish inventions, and it's expensive. Yeah. I wrote a fantasy story a while back that had a world transitioning to steampunk. The hero escaped the city by stealing a steam engine. That's cool. Yeah. The themes of tech and civilization are more interesting. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, that's interesting. To my black powder that much because there was even explosive powder in Lord of the Rings. The Uruk-hai used it in Helm's Deep. It's not the same as a gun. Yeah, sure. No, definitely. I mean, like, that's also kind of thing where it's like, can the idea of a ranged weapon like a gun, pistol, flintlock, blunderbuss, whatever, does it change fantasy? And it's like the handling of a black powder bomb that the white wizard Saruman gives to his fighting Uruk-hai, that doesn't break it all that much for people, right? But the commonality or the accessibility to it in the form of like, oh, everybody's got it and we're shooting cannons and stuff, that ages us into, so it's almost like the ubiquitous acceptance of an idea changes the begins to change that window of like whether it is considered to be within sort of the fantasy, like whether you're building off of the currency of fantasy or not, you know? Salesian, what's up, dude? Hello, what's up? Yeah, sorry, my YouTube chat's in a weird spot now, so I gotta get used to it. Funny enough, just thinking about it, not to veer off the topic, but romantasy is super popular at the moment amongst young people or young women at the moment. So I feel like fantasy still sees love it's evolved with the secondary focus too. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the whole romantasy thing, man. I'm going to this event this weekend. It was a fantasy ball as it was pitched. Ella was asked to be a vendor at this fantasy ball. And no idea until recently that it was apparently an Aquatar themed ball, because Ella and I have no idea what the fuck Aquatar is all about. It's like a meme and whatever, but it's not like Ella and I have ever actually read Aquatar, so we didn't realize that like it was like the something under the mountain ball or whatever. And then someone later was like, "Yo, this is Aquatar themed, right?" I'm like, "Nope, no idea." So I guess I'll get my first like real introduction to romantasy as a genre. We'll see. We'll see what my opinion is after the ball, right? I got a warning from a friend that said these romantasy balls can be, well, I got some warnings, I guess. So I'll report back to you guys on how innocent versus what an event that will be. So we shall see. But yeah, the romantasy thing is a subgenre. Like, I don't know. It is popular, but I don't know how completely mainstream it'll get. I feel like as romantasy grows and people start finding out, you know, what it's all about, then that's when a lot of the opinions change. So we'll see what happens the next couple of years with it. I don't know. It's good people are reading fantasy, I guess, you know? It's good people are reading fantasy. Not really for me, though. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. Fantasy series I read back in the day, players have been sucked into their D&D campaign as their characters, and the wizard sacrifices magic to retain its engineering knowledge. That's hilarious. Yeah, I like that. Basically use magic to make steam-powered weapon flintlocks. The tube full of water that got superheated with magic fire. That's cool. I had this idea for like spell firing, kind of like flintlock pistols that I might still like keep in the world. But I made this idea for like a spell orb firing flintlocks, where you'd have these like spell orbs, and you basically loaded it into this flintlock, and when you shot it, it like burst the spell and then shot the spell out as like a fireball or frostbolt or whatever. I don't know if I'll actually use that in Eldara or not, or if that's like doesn't really fit into the fantasy aesthetic for Eldara. Yes, exactly, the orb. I got the more young women reading again, which I think is great. Yeah. Yeah. Hey man, I don't judge what kind of weird shit people are into, alright? So, yes, people are reading, that's good. That's good, I guess. It's like when the Patreon hentai evolution got more artists working. Sure. Anything to make more art. Yeah. We're encouraging the young generation to pick up a pencil and draw. We're encouraging more people to read. All right. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's get it. Hey man, they ain't hurting anybody. The gotcha gooners aren't, neither the romantasy enjoyers, so whatever. We'll leave them be. Orb guns, more or less. Yep, more or less. We're gonna story that I would guess would be mage punk with full-on style pistols that etch runes to fire spell effects. Similar thought. That's cool. I like the runes. Mage punk. That's a cool vibe. Yeah, I like that. Well, the thing is, the ball this weekend, though, it's at a very, very high-end, expensive hotel in the mountains here, close to where I live, and I've never stayed there because rooms there are usually close to $1,000 a night. But if you're a vendor, which Elle and I are, because Blackwood Dice invited to the event, very, very, very important, you know, you get to stay there for like $300. So. Hey man, even if the event's a bust and no one wants to buy any dice, or even if the event's a bunch of fucking weirdos and it's every debaucherous thing I've heard romantasy balls can be, at the very least I get to stay at the cool hotel for a night, you know, that I probably wouldn't get to stay at. So I hope it's just a bunch of nice, well-mannered fantasy nerds. I hope. We'll see. I don't know. Fancy? Yeah, it should be good. Should be good. Bro, they asked, they're like, hey, do you, like, vendors can obviously get in on the dinner. Like, do you guys want any dinner for the event? And it's like a fancy plate. Like, it's like $100 a plate for dinner. And we'd have to pay for it. Elle and I opted out, not because it wouldn't be good food, but just simply because I have so many food restrictions. I'm like, fuck, man. I want to eat, like, the fancy Fairmont food so bad, but I don't want to like get a plate and be able to only eat like 3 things on there or whatever. So we'll not be sampling the fancy food at the dinner ball. So I can't report back on that one. What else? I'll definitely take pictures of the room and the view though, because it'll be pretty spectacular. It's at a place called Lake Louise, which is apparently pretty well known in spheres of people that enjoy mountains. I can't imagine enjoying mountains because I live in them, so. just like somebody who lives next to the ocean wouldn't understand why people would travel to see that. So that's kind of where I'm at with that shit. Was it being a good time? Sometimes you just gotta form your own opinion. Yeah, I'm excited to see it and see what's up. You know, see what it's all about. I don't suspect, like, Ella, whenever Ella goes to events, whenever she usually brings some of my art, I don't suspect that my art will be very popular there. I don't suspect that dragons and landscapes and stuff will be really the fantasy that the romantasy crowd likes, but who knows? Might be surprised. I'd happily be surprised. I've just been told that I need to do like Aquatar fan art and shit before the event, which I was planning on doing. I was planning on doing the Aquatar fan art. I was going to do the main characters, which I'd have to do this week on stream if I was going to do it. But obviously with things going cataclysmic last month for me, and I had to take 3 weeks off, didn't get a chance to do it. So a little bummed about that. I kind of wanted to enter into the meme of doing the Aquatar fan art, but I also don't know if I really want to, like, you know. Again, I say this with love in my heart for people who enjoy the romantasy genre. That's great, but I don't know if I want to invite the brand risk of doing art associated with romantasy as a genre. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, to me, it's the same question as, would you do fan art of a character from a hentai? You know? So, I don't know if I want to, like that's some, like, alt Twitter account kind of level shit, so I don't know. Your art is so nice. I'm trying to learn my D&D campaigns. Faces are always wonky. Any tips? Oh, Rafi, for drawing faces, unfortunately, there are so many fundamentals that come into play with drawing faces that it's tough to, like, give you any tips on it, because there's, like, so much that goes into it. But the main general kind of, like, advice is that practice in art makes more of a difference than in almost any other field, and consistency. Like, obviously there's perspective and there's learning anatomy and things like that, and I could go on for an hour talking about that, but as far as condensing it down, just simply drawing them poorly enough and as often enough will get you there eventually. So just don't, even when you're frustrated and not getting it right and doing it poorly, as long as you don't give up doing it, you will improve vastly over a couple month period. What kind of romantasy is that? I don't know, dog. Dragons also be popular because most people who read Akhtar also have read Fourth Wing, which is a dragon romantasy. I've heard of Fourth Wing. I've seen Fourth Wing at the bookstore, and it has dope looking books. So they've got, like, I think it's Fourth Wing, that have, like, I don't know what it's called, but when you have, like, a hardcover book, or softcover, but I see them on hardcovers, and the side of the pages have, like, art on them. I've seen this kind of shit on Fourth Wing. But obviously it's fucking, you know, not my jam, so I'm not gonna, like, read it, but the books look dope. The books look fucking sick. I wish the more fantasy books would, like, do sick shit like that. I saw some dope ass looking Harry Potter books, but, like, dude, I would pay more for fancy copies of books. Like, I suppose I say this with my Cimmerillion. My Cimmerillion copy in the other room that I'm reading was like $200 or whatever. So I fucking love fancy books, bro. I love them. Gonna reboot and keep getting glitches. The hell? Weird. Okay, well, good luck, Steve. Yeah. Frayed Edges. Is that what it's called? Okay. Yeah, sick. I love them. Yeah, they look so nice. They look so good, dude. I don't know. I'd be down to pay more for books that have fancier. There's, like, some Sanderson books that, like, my wife loves Sanderson. There's some Sanderson books that are, like, fancy fuck you editions of the books that are like $200 each. I would 100%, if I had, like, if I was hilariously successful at what I do, I would have my library be populated by fancy editions of books that I like. Not that I'm particularly enjoying the one Sanderson book that I'm reading, but I'm giving it a chance to grow on me. I'm giving it a chance because I want to desperately like it, and it's Ella's favorite, so I'm forcing my way through it. I just find it starting off a bit slow for me. So was trying to read binding books. People are figuring out how to create nice covers and sprayed edges. Dude, I should paint a book like that. I've seen some people do that on TikTok where they paint books and shit. So I always kind of wanted to do that for a copy of Lord of the Rings or something like that, you know? I wonder if you can do with ink. Can you do with ink pen, I wonder? I don't see why not, hey? Like just like pigment liner. Custom book edge art pen and ink. People do this shit? Because like I've seen people do this kind of stuff. Sorry if you guys are on TikTok, you can't see this because my screen's only capturing what I'm drawing right now. But like I've seen people do these custom work, and it's all acrylic or gouache, I'm guessing. So I wonder if I could do it with just pen and ink and do some of the sketch like the landscape sketches that I do. That'd be fucking sick. To do like a dope like Lord of the Rings sort of like I could do like Rivendell on one of the books. I think this is the Fourth Wing stuff, right? Yeah. So this is what they look like. This is how they spawn. Like this isn't a custom thing, I don't think, right? This is just how they spawn. Is with like these super dope like edges or whatever, or maybe this is it. Either way, is this Akatar? Sarah J. Maas is Akatar, right? What if this is custom or if this is like this stuff is so cool, man. I always wanted to do something like that. Like I could do like imagine for Lord of the Rings, yeah, do like a Rivendell piece. I do like Rivendell for book 1. I do for Two Towers. I do Orthanc and like Mirkwood and shit on the sides or something like that, or the fucking Ents or whatever. And then for the Return of the King, I would probably do like Cirith Ungol on one side, or Barad-dûr on one side, and Minas Tirith on the other side. It'd be pretty sick. God, man, I wonder if I could do that with pen and ink, or if like you have to use an acrylic paint that doesn't like seep in or something. God, okay, it'd be a fun little project. Did it easier to think to do? Really? Have you ever tried ink? You know, maybe I'll go find a secondhand book and try that shit. Yeah. Shit, dude. Because the Fourth Wing books look so cool. You know, do they do... Fourth Wing, sprayed edges. Oh, so these are all this is how they spawn with this, right? Yeah. With these ones. So this one's custom, I'm guessing, but I think these ones are how they spawn. Yeah, okay, cool. Which is just so sick, man. Like, I wonder how much it is to do that, to get your book printed with sprayed edges. Bro, I could do that for the Realms of Eldara campaign guide. Have a special edition of inked edge book versions. Oh my god, that'd be so dumb. Okay, I'm getting ideas. I'm getting excited for ideas, dude. Worst case scenario, it's a secondhand book. Exactly, right? Yeah, you're right about that. Okay. 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 I see it. I got ideas. Okay, fluffy goat ears. Fluffy goat ears. Just finish some of the hair first, and then... I will say my GPU is heating up. So I wonder if... Last time I tried to stream on all 3 platforms, it was only a couple of hours, and then I had to, like, bounce off TikTok. Because it was overheating, but this seems to be doing okay. It's getting hotter, but... It's not dead completely yet. I guess fun up these traded thoughts. Yeah, I appreciate it. Multiple books in the collection and printed edges that line up to create one big image. God, that's so cool. That's so cool, man. Oh, I love books that look dope. I'm like entering into my old man yells at digital media phase. Like I feel like I'm like hitting my boomer phase in life early because I'm starting to want to collect and own physical media again. You know, I had this moment of just like something broke inside of me when we were trying to watch something. I forget what it was, a TV show or some shit like that last month. Because I don't sit down and watch movies and shit that often. Very, very rarely. I don't watch TV shows ever. And I think it was we were watching Harry Potter or some shit on Amazon Prime, and I got an ad. And I was like, what? I looked at Elle. I was like, did we not pay for Prime anymore? She's like, no, we do. I'm like, but we got an ad. And she's like, yep, that's a new change. We don't have Ultra Prime or whatever. I'm like, you need to pay more to not have ads. So like we're paying, and I think it was on Disney as well. We're paying for ad. We're paying for whatever it is, and we're still getting ads. This is fucking stupid. And it's like, you take the budget that you have for all your streaming platforms. Maybe you spend $30 to $50 a month on streaming platforms. That's Netflix, Disney, whatever, right? And if you bought a Blu-ray or two, I love the idea of rebuilding a Blu-ray collection of dope movies. And you just go over, like, imagine you got some kids or whatever, and it's like, you know, movie night. You give them the kind of the blockbuster experience. If you have the space in your home, you know, to go up to have your shelf of Blu-rays and shit, you just take down a movie or whatever and you watch it and then you have a good time. There's like a part of me that craves for that and I don't know why, right? And then I've also been thinking of like ways to disconnect and focus up harder when I'm working. One of the things that kills me when I'm working is having my computer and everything on around me and stuff, right? Really messes my focus sometimes. And so I like the idea of there's an artist that I know. He's an illustrator for like magic and shit like that. So he doesn't do concept work. He does big paintings, and he has a record player. He has a vinyl like player in his studio, and he like slaps a record on, and then just plays it and walks away. There's no like skipping this track or finding this or whatever. He just listens through albums the whole time, whatever. And when he finishes one, he'll waddle over and flip to a different one. And I think that's pretty dope actually. And so this is like a weird craving I have to go back to physical media, because I'm just like, and so I want to have like a book collection, you know, and like build out my library. And it's like I like listening to audiobooks at the gym, but there's certain books I want to like own and like be able to reference and go back through and whatnot. And so if I'm not going to listen to a book again, like, you know, my Warhammer books or whatever I'm enjoying at the gym, or whatever, that's fine. But I want to have like a library with physical books that look dope and are special editions. And I want to have video games where I own the video game and I own the copy of it. And like, you know, I keep looking back at like my old like Game Boy games and DS games. And before it was all, you know, before it was all like always online. And so you won't be able to play your games at a certain point in time. Like, I don't know what the last generation of like, what was it, like Wii or something? You could just play offline or whatever, you know, that Wii PS3 era. I don't remember. But either way, it's like, this just feel like, god damn, man, I'm so sick of like streaming services and like game passes and, you know, fucking game managers. And well, Steam's okay, but like, you know what I mean, right? And so it's like the book and library thing is super appealing to me. Company shoving ads back into the experience when that was fundamentally the reason people were attracted to streaming, and then telling you to pay more not to see them feels like blackmail and bullying. Damn. You're right about that, Salesian. Yep. Our string quartet. Ooh. Like a Baroque one? Like some Vivaldi? Dude. You know, you can, Silver, you can rent a symphony. You can rent a symphony in Bratislava for around $10,000 an hour. Dashto did that to record his Baroque album that he wrote. And he might do some recordings for Eldara music at some point in time.
One, preferably one with nice instruments.
Okay, that was good. Okay, you get to pass on that one. That's the one good one from the last 6 months for like all of chat combined. So yeah, okay. Thanks for 100 bits. But like, think about that. What if I just paid them like, you know, $30,000 for 3 hours to just stream in the, or to just play music in the background while I stream. I set up my computer like by the stage in Bratislava, and we just have them play fantasy music for stream for 30 grand for 3 hours. Like, there's got to be a subathon. Like, that's some Kai Cenat level shit, you know? Hey, yo, next Mafia-thon, Kai. Fly me out, bro. Let's do. I'll draw to the symphony. Let's go. Vinyl LPs are built in 20-minute break, kind of, right? Remember, you can also use the Libby app and reach out to your local library. It still supports them. You can always take out audiobooks and stuff to see if you like it or something. Oh, really? I don't know that's a thing in Canada. Really? That's kind of dope, actually. Yeah, shit. I like that. Mood for both art and Overwatch and doing Pokemon Nuzlocke. I don't have 3 hands. Damn. Guess Overwatch is gonna have to go. Shit. We'll send you bits to the cover. Yeah, okay. I can afford it. I'm a streamer. Damn. Well, in the current ad era, apparently not. So I did get some roses on TikTok from Natasha today. That was cool. You know, that was fucking rad. So, hey, you know, US, feel free to see if it's available for Canada. That seems like the kind of thing that we should have here, right? That's kind of cool, actually. Rich elitist artist, yes. Yep. Yes, of course. Hey, you've seen how much my coffee prices are. Holy, could you imagine? Could you imagine trying to seem down to earth with these kind of coffee prices? Oh my god. God. What an asshole. That guy. Imagine. Oof. Just renting a symphony on a whim. I'd do it too. Don't think I wouldn't. I don't know if I ever want to go to Bratislava, but I'm sure it'd be sick there. Tell you what, on the first subathon, if we hit like a big enough sub goal, I'll fly us all out for stream one day to rent the symphony, okay? But it has to be a European one. We can't rent these North American symphonies. Ugh. Ugh. What am I gonna do? Rent out the Calgary Philharmonic? They're actually pretty good. Their programming just sucks because their funding is ass. Come to Brazil? What's there to do in Brazil? Brazil? Never been to Brazil. I'd go to Brazil. Shit, why not? I don't know what y'all do down there, but it seems like a good time. Get mugged? Oh, that's what you do when you go to Brazil? Alright, maybe not. Yeah. Maybe I'll skip that one then. Shit. No, there's got to be safe areas of Brazil, right? I'm sure it's nice. My dad went once for work, I think. I don't remember. Maybe that was Cuba. You only get mugged if you're in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, well, you know. I always did want to go on a tour of some of the ruins and stuff in South America. Be cool to do that. Go see some of the ancient history and culture. Bro, I want to go see a football game in Brazil. Sounds like a good time. Google Libby's available in Canada. Same as US. You can just sign in with your library card. I don't even think I have a library card. I gotta fix that shit, dude. That's actually a rad idea. You can go to Sao Paulo, which is basically a chunk of the USA and Brazil. All right. Never heard of that. Bro, if I was gonna travel to the US, why wouldn't I just go to Disneyland? The hell? Yeah, man. Get a churro or something. I don't know. It's been a while since. Wait, has it been a while since I've been to the? So the last time I was in the U.S. was last year when I went to Hawaii to see Ella's family because she has family in Hawaii, and I always forget that Hawaii is part of America. It's like I'm like I haven't been to the U.S. since before COVID. Evan, you went to Hawaii last year. Oh yeah. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot. That's right. My bad. Sorry about that. I also just like going to the US now. I just don't even like. You have to like. You usually have to like prepare. You have to like get US cash and whatever and do a whole bunch of stuff and whatnot. Bro, when I was like in my 20s, like early 20s, like when I was a baby going to the US, it was like a whole thing. Or like Japan. Oh my god, Japan was such a thing. You had to get so much cash and get like your phone SIM card figured out and whatever and all this shit. Now you just get on a fucking plane, land in Tokyo, and say what's up. Last time we went to Tokyo, which was a while ago, it was so much easier than the first time. Then to go to the US, you just don't even need to bring anything, man. You got a passport and a credit card, you're good. You don't gotta do shit to go there anymore. Say Rio is Gotham City of Brazil, and Sao Paulo is a piece of the US. That's north is the piece of the Egypt because it's the desert, and the rest doesn't matter. What do you mean the rest doesn't matter? You guys got trees and soybean farms and shit. That's rad there. Seems good. I'd enjoy going to Brazil, I think. PAX Disneyland is lovely. There's a lot to do around every corner, but it also is structured, makes your brain feel safe. I like going to Disneyland. Salesian. I enjoy it. I know I know the Disney adult things are cringe, and I agree. Disney adults are a whole fucking breed. But I like Disneyland. It's a good time, man. Oh yeah, dog. You get that Star Wars like thermal detonator shaped Coke. Go get a beignet and go fucking ride the Matterhorn. Let's go, dude. That's a day and a half. We used to go every year for BlizzCon, because like in Anaheim, the Anaheim Convention Center, there's like 3 blocks, like 3 big city blocks, right? And this one's Disneyland, and this one's California Adventure, and like the hotels and downtown Disney are right here. But then the Anaheim Convention Center is like right here, and it's got big hotels. So Ella and I would stay in one of the hotels, like here or here, and then you go to BlizzCon, and then you walk up the street, and then you go to Disneyland or California Adventure. It was all within walking distance. It was great. Those are great trips, man. You're there anyway for the convention. You didn't pay shit to get to the convention because your friend works at Blizzard. And Disneyland tickets were discounted for Canadians? Oh my god. What? Those are the best years. The absolute best years. Now, that shit's expensive, dog. Not only have the prices and everything gone up in there, but also they don't give you discounts for Canadians. Nope. They enjoy Disneyland as an adult as long as you don't get entitled like a Karen. Yes, there's a difference between an adult who enjoys Disney and a Disney adult. 100%. I know plenty of adults who enjoy Disney. And they're lovely. Disney adults are the ones that are they're the issue, as you said. Yeah. Life's too short and depressed to not go to an amusement park and feel like a kid for a day. Oh, I agree, man. Oh yeah, dude. 100%. Go to Universal, get that Harry Potter robe. Go pretend you're a fucking wizard and shit. Oh man. Do a kickflip over Hogsmeade or whatever you do. I don't know, man. I don't know what you do in the wizarding world. I've never been. The one time I went to Universal was in Osaka, but the problem is you had to buy tickets like weeks in advance to be able to go to the Harry Potter part of Universal in Osaka, so we didn't go. We got there and said, fuck this, and went and bought Gundams instead. You know, I am realizing how many trips to Japan for Ella and I end with basically, and we bought Gundams. I think it might be a problem. Anyway. Ella's Gundam store is doing well. By Gundam store, I mean the closet she goes shopping in whenever she wants to build a Gundam. She's afraid to build Gundams because we haven't been to Japan in so long. She doesn't want to, like, she refuses to pay North American prices for Gundams. So, I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe she'll just start building Lego. Trade Gundams for Star Wars Lego. The only good Lego. So saith the Blackwood. Okay. All right. I think this is a good test today. Still didn't get back to whatever. Fuck it. Today was a successful test. Test complete. I still need to change some things and make sure that, because, so by the way, everything for my streaming is like held together with duct tape right now. I gotta figure some shit out because this is not, I'm gonna be working for a while today to get this right for tomorrow and for the rest of the week. But hey, man, I stayed live for a couple of hours, which was the goal. The goal was to stay live for at least 2 hours. We blew past that, thankfully. So that's awesome. Stream figured out the contest yet? No, I didn't get. One of the mods is going to set it up in Stream Elements for me and then launch it, but haven't heard back. So no biggie. We'll just do it tomorrow. If I get, I'll just watch a tutorial and do it myself if they can't do it for me. So we'll do promos for the rest of the week, I guess. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2 a day for the rest of the week as a thing to look forward to, I guess. But oh man, dude, the sketch cards. Oh, look at them. Look at him. Look at the little crumb. Look at his dumb little face just standing there, holding his little fruit. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I don't think this one's going to be in the cards. Like this one won't be in packs. This one's for Ella because it's the first one as the test, as they all are. So, but anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Can I even switch scenes? Let's try. I'm gonna hit a button. Let's see if it ends my stream. Or well, I also don't have my outro because Spotify it just doesn't work, man. Check out the Coffee for Dar thing. Oh shit, dude. Fuck yeah. Let's go. I will do that later. Thank you for the support then, Steve. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all tomorrow. And until next time, my friends. Until next time.